Star Report. I'm your host, Star. Welcome to the show. It is Tuesday evening. Let's get down to business. Folks, in my community section is exclusive audio. Exclusive. It's been around for a while, but Dwayne Davis, a.k.a. Keefe D, certified rat, talking to Greg Kading, in case you never heard this audio. Greg Kading, born in 1963, American author and former Los Angeles Police Department detective, best known for working on the murders of Tupac Shakur and Biggie Smalls, outright saying that on multiple occasions, not just once, on multiple occasions, Sean Combs, a.k.a. Puff Daddy, a.k.a. Diddy, a.k.a. Brother Love, offered $1 million to smoke Tupac and Suge Knight. Please listen if you have not already heard this audio. Now, for those of you who have heard it, yes, the dominant society now is picking up the pieces to the puzzle. Keefe D has been arrested. I wish nothing bad upon Diddy, but hey, if he was bold enough and aggressive enough to offer that money in front of multiple Crips, according to Keefe D, it may be time to put the steel bracelets on him, okay? So the audio is there. I'm really looking for people to chime in on this particular confession of sorts, okay? And also, thank you to those of you who sent me a link to Dirt Rock from Southside Compton Crips. I have not had a chance to watch that video yet, but supposedly this is the guy who testified once upon a time and said that Orlando was not the Tupac shooter, okay? So we have another piece to the puzzle. Dirt Rock from Southside Compton Crips, okay? Okay, also, Usher. Hang on a second, guys. Let me make sure I've got everything lined up here. Usher. He's going to be performing at this year's Super Bowl, okay? Spotted at some type of Louis Vuitton event, I guess in Milan or Paris, I don't know, wearing a black kilt. A kilt. Are you upset? Are you okay with it? It's not a big deal, but there's a couple of stories here circulating, not sure the validity of these stories. NFL fans are demanding that Usher be banned from the Super Bowl for wearing the kilt. I don't know. Chime in if you like. Also, salute to Kanye West. One of his older videos, he says, and I watched it, that Cardi B is a plant. Illuminati. Plant. And she was put, forth, in front of us to replace Nicki Minaj, okay? How do you feel about this? Because I just recently watched Cardi B threatening to expose people. Now, if you did not see Cardi B a couple of years back riding in a vehicle she was driving, and she had on the Kumo D Star Trek glasses, talking about she was paying DJs for airplay. That is an FCC violation. She could get people fired. So I don't think Cardi B is pump faking, but how mad is she at Kanye West? She says that he has since sang her praises, so to speak, okay? Chime in if you like, right? Okay, it's Tuesday evening, as I said, and I want to comb through some of this stuff here. And I have some new sponsors as well, all right? Sit tight on the phones. I see you guys. Florida Boy Jay, if you want to chime in early, I would like to speak with you. And hang on a second. Something else I want to mention here with regards to sponsors this evening. I have a brand new sponsor, and I'm going to talk to you guys about her page. She's doing the damn thing, all right? Okay. Productive day for those who care. And my surgery went well. I don't think I really went into detail, but hey, I'm still alive, okay? All right, phone lines are open right now. And let me also say Greg Kading is the guy who many people, you know his name. You know what he's been doing over the years. He has also been on Vlad TV. So things that are now being recycled, by way of social media, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, now is the time. And there's a certain common thread of people who are saying, oh, that's old news. Well, even if it is, do you not want justice? Or has hip hop and rap music just become a sea of perpetual doubt? Nobody believes anything. Everything is a conspiracy. Why would you not want to see some type of closure? Greg Kading also holds a lot of keys to the murder of a notorious B.I.G., okay? I met his mother years ago, Miss Valletta Wallace, very nice lady. I would like to see some type of closure with regards to his killing, just because she deserves that. Let me just say that, okay? Area code 719, good evening. We're talking about the audio. Are you up to speed? 719. Yes, no, maybe. You ready? Are you there? Hold on a second.
Hey, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Come closer to the phone. Please turn that down in the background. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you, Star?
Good, good. What do you want to chime in? Exclusively.
I wanted to chime in on the $1 million hit. So I don't know if you are aware, but Greg Kading said that they pursued that line to send Keefe D to Harlem wearing a wire. Are you aware of that?
Yes, but the audio that we're hearing now, most people, they're really listening this time, and Keefe D has been arrested. So I want to go with what we have now as opposed to, things that maybe they didn't stick once upon a time. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Please.
Yeah, well, who knows if it will stick? Who knows who has those checks, those lines, those bank accounts, that they can track that. It's all up in the air. And like you said, if there are people with a lot of these secrets that won't rat on Diddy, then I'm not sure what can come of it. Mm-hmm. One thing I did want to mention is that you talked about Miss Valletta Wallace getting hers. I think that it seems to me the general consensus will be that what is solving this if you just convict Keefe without really getting behind the story and also getting justice for Big and Miss Valletta Wallace. So,
well, we have to start somewhere. Are you hopeful that everything will be flushed out? And do you want to see Puff Daddy, a.k.a. Diddy, arrested? What do you want to see?
Yes, I hope it gets flushed out, because what is it if you just arrest and convict Keefe D? Mm-hmm. That's not going to satisfy us, but most importantly, I don't think it'll satisfy the families. The people that really need to know are the families of Tupac Shakur and the family of Biggie Smalls. But hell yes, I want to see Diddy in cuffs. Mm.
I'm going to say the families deserve closure, yes, but more so on a broader scale. Hip hop, rap music needs to change. It's a trash culture. It has been, in my opinion, for over 20, maybe 25 years. It's trash. And I heard the audio with Suge Knight recently, talking to TMZ. Why is he talking to Harvey Levin? As if Harvey Levin, cares about his well-being or rap music. He doesn't. Why is Suge Knight not wanting to cooperate? Your opinion?
Frankly, I'm not sure. Maybe it's his way to get out there and to say, kind of subversively, yes, I may cooperate. This is not what really happened, but they got to offer him a sweet deal. And I don't know if that sweet deal means moving him to a nicer location, getting him that medical care, getting him out of prison, mm-hmm. or say they do ring Puffy into all of this and he does get arrested. If Suge Knight can get out and the Shakur family can put a lawsuit against Puffy, maybe Knight can get in on that lawsuit for the damage he suffered.
Okay. I appreciate
like
the call.
Civil lawsuit.
I appreciate the call.
Have a good night.
Hang on. Do you care about Usher wearing a black Louis Vuitton kilt? I think it was some type of a Pharrell design. Do you care?
Ugly as hell.
Thank you for the call. Thank you.
Hey, girl.
Thank you for the call. I'm not here to kick Diddy's back in. He's a good guy. Good guy. He was there for me once upon a time. He sent Benjamin Braffman to the police station when I got arrested once upon a time and offered to bail me out. Benjamin Braffman, he said, Mr. Terrain, Diddy says to tell you he's got you, whatever you need. But I got to do what I got to do. Let me also say this. Salute to Gene Deal. Gene Deal, an honorable man. He has been telling you guys this stuff over the years, over the decades. And, now you're listening intensely because, again, the dominant society is arresting people. Do you want closure? I think this is a very, very important way to approach this tonight. Do you want to see something happen? Sir Shai, got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Calling in from 510. Let's get you on the line early, okay? I appreciate the support. Sir Shai, you there? Tuesday evening. Exclusive audio.
What's going on?
Hey, how are you,
What's going on, Stark?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, calling live from I'm on 3rd Avenue right now.
Okay, let's get to it.
I'm just kidding. What's up, Stark? Yeah, I'm out here doing an East Coast visit, but yeah, man, I think it's time that Diddy sees the spirit bracelets. Greg Kading, I remember those old Artie the Rat and Gene Dill videos. I was taking notes, and yeah, it all kind of pointed back to Puff, man, and especially when it came to Big, and he was riding for Junior Mafia, so Puff kind of felt away that because of the whole 360 deal, so kind of all points back to him, and I think it's good for Violetta. Is it Viola or Valletta?
Miss Valletta
Wallace.
Valletta Wallace.
Valletta. Yeah, so I think it's time for her and her grandkids to get some justice.
Okay. What about urban culture and this whole stop telling, stop snitching nonsense? I mean, at some point, you have to grow up from being a goddamn adolescent to an adult. What about hip hop? Accepting responsibility.
Nah. I mean, I'm from Oakland, California. We snitch out there too. So even when it comes to New York and hip hop, I mean, snitching is it's just the latest culture, and it's not something that's going to go away anytime soon.
Okay.
As far as Usher is concerned, whether it's Usher, Drizzy, or Jimmy Butler, I don't know. I doubt that they'll be able to not let him perform at the Super Bowl, but something's going on, man. It's like this agenda lately.
I don't want to see Usher
credit.
I don't want to see him banned from the Super Bowl, but somewhere at some point, if I can maybe give a little bit more context, urban culture started frowning upon black men by way of hip hop. Going back to the 70s, and yes, I'm going to go back. Black men were wearing curlers in their goddamn hair, tight Swedish knit pants, bell bottoms, man purses, Rick James.
It's called a satchel.
Yeah, a satchel.
Yeah.
They were wearing shower caps for their jerry curls. How did hip hop become so overly concerned about kilts and skirts? I mean, how and when?
Well, I mean, one of the first families of hip hop, the Mbada and the crew, I mean, they kind of ushered in that village people type of style. I don't know, but this maybe it's just kind of got ushered in. I don't know why, it keeps happening over and over again. I mean, the next thing we might see LeBron with a perm.
You're not hearing me. Hold on a second. Hold on. I said, when did hip hop become so overly concerned? This wasn't a big thing. This wasn't a big thing back in the days. Black men wearing these types of hairstyles and so on and so forth. DJ Quick was wearing curls and a perm. Now, and let me see if I can throw something at you. My homie, Lord Jamar, did all this dust getting kicked up, is Lord Jamar responsible?
I think Lord Jamar probably has some issues with it, but I mean, he has a big enough platform to where people kind of rock with his viewpoint, and so since it's after that whole Vlad divorce, it just intensified,
Okay.
I really don't have a problem with it. I just think that just leave the kids out of it. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Because we start seeing little kids trying to mock Jimmy Butler with a perm.
Yeah.
That's going to be an issue for parents.
Okay. Sir Shai, good to talk to you. Thank you for your support as always, sir.
Hey, good to talk to you too, Star.
Yes,
peace,
sir.
Peace.
Okay. Sir Shai tapping in. Let me give a little bit more context. And he mentioned Zulu Nation, Africa Bambaataa. They were very flamboyant. They came out of the Parliament Funkadelic Village People era, The Village People, they were jumping around with feathers and all sorts of weirdo shit. And it wasn't a big deal. Grandmaster Flash and Furious 5, they were wearing spandex and spiked bracelets, you know? Sean Connery, the best James Bond. He, from Scotland, he wore a kilt on multiple occasions. When did hip-hop take such an issue with kilts? Or is it a different type of kilt? Is it something different? Okay? Phone lines open right now. Let me go to area code. Uh-oh. Florida Boy J's at you, sir, tapping in early on a Tuesday.
Nigga.
Yes, sir.
Nigga, it's going down right now. It's going down.
Let's go.
The sky is falling right now, and I think we need to address the situation with Keefe D and these Puffy claims.
Come on.
You know, first of all, like they asked him, Greg Kading, the officer, asked him, you know, which 4 occasions did you really talk to Puffy about, you know, the murder of Suge Knight and Pac? And he told him, you know, we talked about it in San Diego, we talked about it in Anaheim, Irvine, and Vegas. You know, and that also collaborates what Big Gene also said when after Soul Train Awards, we said, I don't care what happens, I don't care if both of them niggas got to go, somebody got to go. Like, already insinuate that. He met Puff at a party in a hotel suite with Andre Harrell and a bunch of Southside Crips.
Right.
And Puff told him in front of everybody he'll give Keefe D anything for those guys' heads to knock them off.
Yeah.
To kill them.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
he was actually talking to the other Crips as well, not just Keefe D. And Keefe D said,
exactly.
He said, damn, he said it in front of everybody.
A room full of niggas. One of them was, yeah. Room full of niggas. Yeah. Because, you know, Puffy was still shook up about the Big Jake killing in Atlanta, and then, you know, Suge was pressing him at the, you know, Source Awards and whatnot. So he's getting pressed. And a few months after that, he met Puff at a deli. Keefe D did. And Keefe D walked downstairs with Puff because Puff had to talk to him in private. And Puff was the one who suggested the $1 million. Keefe D was like, you know, you could have gave me, you know, a couple racks and we could have just knocked them off, you know, maybe 30 to 50 racks. You could have did the job. But Puff was the one who insinuated the $1 million and looked Keefe D in the eyes, according to Keefe D, and said, I seriously need you to get rid of these guys.
Yeah. I want to jump in for a second and give a little pushback on this claim that Puffy was shaken up. He's always been overly aggressive, and that's one of the things I appreciate about him. Ego-driven, and he talks it, you know, he walks it. I think that he was putting it out there with aggression. I have no solid proof, but Keefe D has already said it. So doesn't matter what I say at this point, and fuck all that alleged shit. We hear Keefe D saying that Diddy is the one that said $1 million to get rid of both of them niggas. Go ahead.
Yeah, pretty much. He's the one who put $1 million on the table. Yeah. And just like you said the other day, if you ain't got a bag, you ain't got no shooters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So as soft and as scared and frail people want to make Diddy seem, hey, if I can put a $1 million bag on your head, who's gangster now? You know what I'm saying? So salute the Diddy for this. And also,
I think he was flexing on them niggas as he does when he talks. I got $1 million. What y'all niggas want to do? He's that type of guy. He wasn't like shaking. No, he's probably saying, who won it? Who won it? That's his character, if you ask me. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, you know, Diddy seems, you know, try to amp niggas up, you know what I'm saying, inspiring, putting batteries in back, you know what type of time you on. So if we want to fast forward it to the night in Vegas,
come on,
you know, Orlando gets jumped, and then, you know, Orlando, Keefe D, you know, in Southside Crips, you know, or whatever, they're in the MGM Grand, and, you know, Zip is connected to Diddy. And even T.K. Kirkland says that Zip and Diddy were close, and right. Zip was the one who took the money and ran off that was supposed to get exchanged to Keefe D. So he's the middleman. Zip is the middleman.
Right.
When they come in the hotel and see that Orlando gets beat up, Zip asks them, do they need any help? We got a few New York niggas here, and said, hey, this is a good time to take care of it. This is the perfect opportunity to go get your bag. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, I got a 40 Glock pistol stashed in the bins in the secret glove compartment in the armrest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pop out. You can go ahead and take care of it yourself.
Yeah. Now, hang on a second. For those who don't know, all of this is in the audio, again, in my community section, or you can go to the YouTube channel, Hip Hop on Trial. It's right there. So, also, Florida Boy J, Dirt Rock from Southside Compton Crips, is he supposedly the guy who testified in front of the grand jury at one point? Dirt Rock. Do you know his name?
Yeah, I've seen another document that said he was the one who was the, I guess, corroborating witness in the situation right now.
Okay.
But outside of that, they also had the guy, I forgot his name, but he's the one who allegedly Orlando reached over to shoot at, but as new information come out, they said the guy was, a pretty large dude, so there wasn't a way that he was going to reach over and shoot. Mm-hmm. So going down with the situation, knowing what was said, and then Suge Knight, it's funny how Suge Knight said he wasn't going to snitch, and then he let out some soft snitching information, said, oh, I just know the shooter isn't who y'all think it is.
Right.
That's pretty much
sucker shit.
It's Orlando, but you pretty much just pointed it. But listen, TMZ, the white man told us he wasn't gonna say nothing though. But I'm gonna pass the mic back to
you. Guys, thank you for sending me the information on Dirt Rock from Southside Compton Crips. Okay, so let me just say with regards to yesterday, I only asked. I'm not trying to kick anybody's back in because that's gangland out there. Let's take it off the table. I only assumed it could have been BG Knockout, okay? BG Knockout is not the guy, according to many of you who emailed me and sent me different links. So we're looking at Dirt Rock from Southside Compton Crips. Okay, Florida Boy Jay, what's going on your channel? Have you addressed this, or are you going to talk about this particular topic?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We're going to go live this week, probably going to go live tomorrow, especially with this Tupac topic. And I'm I'm a big supporter of Tupac. And I've been following this situation probably since like 2002, 2003, right, once the internet came around and documentary stuff. So, salute to Vlad, Art of Dialogue, people who's been doing the open investigation and helping this stuff become rehashed. And like I said, get back to my platform. We got over 99,000 views last month. We got 5 shorts that dropped today at 9 p.m. So go ahead, rush over to my channel, Florida Boy J. Subscribe, we got over 200 subscribers last month, so I appreciate that. And yeah, you guys highlight, man.
No, hang on. Now, are you still on Clubhouse? Because you were a big supporter of Clubhouse when it first came out, and you had a bunch of rooms and all that sort of jazz. I've never had that app. I don't know how it works. Are you still on Clubhouse?
Absolutely not. I took a few people, took a good, nice little bit of audience with me from Clubhouse. People know who I am.
Okay.
I established myself on the platform, and I got the hell on. The shit's done. It's cooked.
Well, would you know if Whack 100, who's he must have equity in Clubhouse. Would you know if this is old or new audio where he's now going in on Benzino again, my homie? He's got one of Benzino's ex-girlfriends, and she's telling. I mean, it's messy as fuck. I don't know the way to say it. Are you up to speed or no? Can you find out?
Yeah, no, I'm not up to speed, but I know they have a Clubhouse YouTube channel, so I'm pretty sure I'll go there. And they cover Whack 100 like ESPN, so
yeah.
I'll go over there and see what's popping.
Okay. Thank you, man. Good to talk to you, Florida Boy J.
Absolutely, man. Have a good night. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Take care. Okay, we're cooking now. It's messy. Troll Babies, is Whack 100 talking about Benzino with is that new audio? Again, I don't have Clubhouse. Ray, Benzino, my homie, holla at me, man. What are we doing? This guy's just straight violating. Man. And who's the female? I hate to even repeat it. I heard a little clip on YouTube. I got time for the bullshit. She's claiming Benzino was wearing her panties. God almighty. I mean, if that's your thing, that's your thing. But I mean, at some point, racial, just knuckle up with the nigga? No, or is it not that serious? Big, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Okay. Brandon L. got your donation. R.I.P. Tupac. Okay. Guys, again, in my community section is the exclusive audio. Okay. Crime Skills, I see you, sir. Are you picking up? I think this might be Crime Skills right here. Hold on, everybody. Area code 954, Mr. Skills. Crime Skills, are you there, sir, on a Tuesday evening?
Good evening, sir.
Good to hear from you.
Good evening.
Good to hear from you. Yeah.
Since 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 this all went down, I've been listening.
Okay.
I've been listening to all your shows, and
Thank you.
I'm baffled because I can't understand. So I did my own little study, and this is the deal.
Okay.
Harvey, Vlad, the top judges, top prosecutors, the record company, the record label, who is going to benefit? Let's say Puff get the cuffs put on, get the steel bracelet put on his hands,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
I sit down and I dig into this thing, and from the moment it happened, I can't get past the fact that this is what, over 25 years old, and the Las Vegas PD been all of this information they've been have, right?
Mm-hmm.
My conclusion is this: I'm not even gonna hold up the line. I smell the small hats all over this.
Oh, Jesus.
That's that.
Stop it.
Have a nice night.
No, stay there.
Deadass.
The crime skills, stay there. Now, hold on a second.
Come on.
Come
on.
No. Even if your theory is true, I'm not saying it's not, don't you think it's up to the community to speak up and demand better? Isn't it up to the community?
I can't agree on that. This is just too big. I'm looking at who is the benefit from the money? From Tupac got murdered, Biggie got murdered. Even if Puffy get locked up, I don't even think he would get a chance to speak. It's what I dig into. I dig into this, and that's what I got. I'm not following nobody's opinion.
Okay.
I just did my own little digging.
Okay.
It don't make no sense. Why? No.
So you
this
don't.
old 60-year-old dude, it just make no sense.
Right. So
it just don't.
So you don't want to.
No.
So you don't want to see Diddy, aka Puff Daddy, arrested. Just let's leave it alone. Let's move on. It's old news. Yes.
It's not about I don't. It's just there's something bigger at play in this whole thing.
Gotcha.
And even with Harvey going and talking to
Suge Knight.
Suge Knight, it even confirms my thing. Like, why is you? We know y'all own the media. What is he doing talking to this dude? You see what? It's just too much. It's just like I've been here too long, man. I like these people. I know they operate, man. I can't be aside and listen each day, and I don't hear nobody saying like I can't. And I'm not the only one who is onto this. It can't.
Yeah. Okay. I appreciate your crime skills.
I appreciate the show. I'm listening.
Yes, sir.
Have a nice night, man.
Thank you. Okay. Crime skills gave his perspective. We need closure. And the families, yes, but I mean, there's got to be a shift in the genre culture, if you will. There has to be. Something has to happen moving forward. Everything just can't be a conspiracy. Guys, I have a new sponsor, and I want to give them some light before I get back to the phone lines. But first, let me make sure that I am promoting youtube.com/@thatsmytake. Okay, Nug, if you want to tap in, I'm here for you, man. If you want to promote a new video, shoot me an email or just let me know what line you're on, okay? I appreciate you, okay? And I've got other sponsors coming up. Cousin Marcy, do you want to call in if you're out there and promote the link that you sent me earlier? Let me get that on the screen here. If you want to call in, I'm going to be offering some discounts with regards to live reads and promos if you guys purchase anything from this website right here. Okay? Send me a screenshot. Can you see that? She's got some great products. I've got the mission statement and what the products are all about. But I want to get Cousin Marcy to really give us some insight if she has the time. All right, Jennifer, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Okay, you think that Diddy is working with the feds? Okay. It's a possibility. That's a possibility, you know. Maybe he's been spreading the wealth in that direction. I mean, that would be a smart thing to do, yeah, if you ask me. Marcy's Minute. Hey, Marcy. She says, bad boy, come out and play. Hashtag Rico, hashtag Diddy, hashtag Cousin Marcy. Cousin Marcy, if you want to tap in, just shoot me an email and say I'm on the line, okay, so we can promote the link that you sent me. Elvis, the Chef Rosenberg, got your donation. Thank you. Julian, I got your donation. Star, throwing ice at Stephon Marbury is crazy, LOL. Yeah, well, that was years ago, man. Sue's Rendezvous, but he was wearing a suit, you know. That they had a game the following day, the New York Knicks, for those who don't know. Well, you should know who Stephon Marbury was. And great basketball player. I didn't hate the guy, you know. I just wanted him to get the hell out of there and go home and get some rest for the goddamn game. Let's go back to the phone lines here. Let's go to area code 608. Good evening. Have you heard the audio? 608. It's in my community section, or maybe you heard it years ago. Are you there? Okay, you hung up? They hung up. Let's go to area code 757. You sent it a donation. Thank you for being patient. Are you there? 757.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Hey, bro. Oh, no. Let me take that back. Sir.
Good evening.
Sir.
How are you, sir?
Sir.
What's cracking?
Yeah. All right. Respect. Bro, God damn.
Take your time.
Look.
Take your time. You've been on hold. You spent Skrilla. Get it all together. I'm in no rush. I wanna drag this out tonight, please.
I mean, I think hip hop do need closure, bro. And the reason I say that is because it seemed like, we as people and society is blurring the line between black people and street culture.
Very well said. Very well said. Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
Like, I shouldn't hear doctors saying I'm keeping it gangster.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's becoming a real gray area between black people and street culture, to the point where it seemed like the black people are strictly street culture. It's like we not. Do you see what I'm saying though?
I hear what you're saying, and I feel where you're going. I don't want to see women in their 50s pee-popping and twerking online. I don't mind seeing Meatball doing all that crazy shit she's doing. She's young. She's 21 years of age, and she's got some brand. Deeds, do you know what Meatball's brand is? She's out in Philly. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. There comes a point in age where you have to be more responsible. Take your time, proceed. Take your time.
And that's another thing. That's my point exactly. Like, it's like black people aren't growing up. It's like you seeing 50-year-old dudes with their pants sagging. It looked crazy. It looked crazy, Star. Like it's
right.
It's crazy, bro. To even have a conversation with some of them, it's like, and I'm not excluding myself. I have traits of it too, right. But at the same time,
so do I, sir. Stay with me, sir. I'm guilty too. I wake up to the bullshit. I don't go to CNN, Fox News, MSNBC. I go to the Shade Room. I go to World Star. I go to Hot New Hip Hop. I'm guilty too.
Hey, that's real. I remember you said something. What you say that day? You was like, I'm here for the BS.
Yeah.
And clearly you are too. you said clearly you are too.
Yeah. Now, after I search through the bullshit for an hour, or more, then I go to Bloomberg Radio. Then I go to other things to get, more educated, you feel me? But I wake up to the bullshit. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's what it is. Go ahead.
No, that's real.
Yeah.
That's real. I do the same thing. I try to cleanse my palate of the bullshit from time to time because it get thick, man. But it's really kind of depressing that's what we're like being stamped as, like, you know what I mean? Like I said, I don't want to hear a doctor talking about I'm keeping it gangsta or, you know what I mean? It's ridiculous, man. At some point, we got to grow up as a culture. And that's what I mean when I say we do need closure. We need closure. And I mean the street stuff. Let that be the street stuff. But we not all just street. That's not all we are, yo.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
let me jump in and see if I can throw you an alley-oop because you have been on hold. You do support the machine. I appreciate you. In my book, and other people have referenced this as well, in my book, Objective Hate, the prequel, that came out in roughly 2007, I spoke about a black Armageddon, a mental war between blacks and lower class blacks. But now, do you think that we may, in America, not just black people, especially Hispanics need this, do you think that we should welcome some type of purge? Keep it real. I mean, purge.
To be honest with you, I think we are either at the beginning of it or in the midst of it.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think we either at the very beginning of it or we might be in the midst of it. Because I think a lot of people are having the same sentiments that I'm having right now, and it's almost, you can almost see it. Yeah. You almost.
How old are you, sir?
The way.
How old are you?
I'm 37.
Okay.
37.
Damn, you sound like you're 62.
No, because I watch
this nigga's on a perk 10.
I watch a lot of. Damn. Nah, but I watch a lot of culture. Okay. I watch a lot of old school. I listen to a lot of old school music. Gotcha. I ain't gonna say. I know you eclectic. You listen to rock and all that. I dibble and dabble. I ain't gonna say, you know. I just got my mind open.
Okay.
Like I was listening to you earlier today, but it was a show from yesterday when you. I ain't gonna get into all that. I ain't even gonna get into all that. But
okay.
But like, I think we as a people is starting to wake up. And I remember hearing Malcolm X say when.
Okay, well, sir, before you go to Malcolm X, I'm gonna thank you for your call. Okay.
No, yeah. Let me get one more thing out. I ain't gonna. Let me get one. Look.
You see, now you're doing too much. I let you get it out, man. Where you going? Come on, finish up.
No. Hey, for real.
Come on.
Hey, Benzino and Cavario at that hotel, though.
Sir, you're doing too much. Thank you.
I remember that.
You're doing too much. Leave it alone. Let's leave it alone. Thank you, man. Thank you. Shit. I shouldn't have said nothing about that. Damn. That's my homie Ray Benzino. Can anybody bring me up to speed via email with regards to Clayface, Whack 100, and Benzino? Hopefully that's old ass audio. Hopefully he's not still putting the screws in my nigga Ray, huh? Did anybody figure out the name of Meatball's brand? She's selling merch. She's selling merch. What is her brand called? She's an influencer. She was filming people out in Philly, all the chaos, and okay. 2 people said her brand is Popeyes. No, she's got some hats, and I saw Sukihana wearing one of her hats. Anyway, if you figure it out, please send me an email, okay? Let me also promote one of my sponsors here. Guys, if you need any type of personal security, or if you yourself want to become a trained security, there is a difference, okay? Reach out to that website right there. Please tell them I sent you, okay? www.susglobalenterprise.com, okay? Tell them I sent you, all right? Sit tight, guys. I'm coming to the phones shortly. John Flowers, how are you, man? Do you want to call in and promote your brand? Please, let me know. He says, salute. The grind is appreciated. Thank you, John Flowers. John is a photographer. He does great work. Okay, always welcome to call in. Purvis, he says, but who clapped Biggie? I've got notes, Purvis. I've got notes here. It all goes back to Greg again. Greg Kading. If anybody wants to talk about, the killing of Biggie, I've got notes. I'm trying to stay focused. It's, Tuesday evening. Mark, how are you? Mark, do you want to call in and promote your brand? Diddy was torching people with, oh, wow. Okay. Thank you for your support, Mark. Okay, you are appreciated. And Marcy, I got your donation. Thank you, cousin Marcy. Please feel free to call in. And Marcy, make sure that the wrench works in the live chat. Okay. Let's go back to the phone lines here. Area code 513. Good evening. We're talking about the audio. It's in my community section. Have you heard it? Keefe D telling on Diddy, a.k.a. Puff Daddy. Yes, no, maybe?
Yeah.
Good evening.
Yeah, this real, bro.
Hey, what's up?
Long time fan.
Yes, sir. How are you? What's cracking?
Yeah, man, from the 513, man. But I'm kind of definitely want justice for Tupac, man. But at the same time, you can't really blame Suge, because you don't want to be the person that kind of snitch on a neighborhood homie that play hoop with, you play football with. So I kind of understand what he's saying. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it kind of feel like he kind of backdooring him too. And I see all these pointing fingers and shit, and also about Diddy too. But it's like everybody had somebody to talk to except for Tupac. So I'm like, damn, where Tupac friends at? But other than that, man, I ain't feeling that Jimmy Butler shit and that Usher shit.
Now, he plays with the Miami.
I definitely ain't feeling that shit, man.
Okay. I mean, well, he looks weird. He plays with the Miami Heat. He's sitting there with his fingernails polished, and he's got his hair fried, dyed, laid to the side. Do you think that that's the new wave now in the NBA? I mean, Dennis Rodman, if you ask me, he quarterbacked that whole wave, when he was dating Madonna and all that goofy stuff. But does it bother you personally? It's okay if it does. I'm just asking.
I mean, not really, because I know how it is, and I know how it is in society. I know a lot of people got different ways of high fashion and different shit like that. But let's just say this: niggas from the hood don't really like when other niggas from the hood change their ways and wear some different shit. So that's when it come off kind of crazy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Can you elaborate,
though, man?
Can you elaborate on that? I mean, I think I know what you're saying, but give us a little more context. Niggas in the hood don't like what? Say that again.
I mean, it's like if we was to see LeBron, we already know Dwayne Wade wearing some shit. If we was to see Carmelo, a guy from the hood, AB, Adrian Broner, wear some shit like Usher would have killed, and him spazzing out, tweaking and shit. We already know AB be doing some shit. Antonio Brown to do the shit.
Right.
But if we see one of them type niggas do that shit, we gonna be like, wow.
When you said AB, I thought you meant Adrian Broner. That's
yeah,
AB,
the first one
about billions.
Broner. We was to see him or Carmelo come out wearing some shit, doing crazy shit like
So you're gonna watch the S word. You've said it 7 times in 30 seconds. Please pull it back a little bit. Okay?
I didn't hear what you say.
Watch the S word. You've said it 7 times in 30 seconds. Pull back on the S word.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. I appreciate it though, Star.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you calling in. Salute.
You already know.
Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you for your call. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. I'm moving too fast here. King Simon. Okay. Hold on a second. Let me get you on the line, sir. What is King Simon's 347? King Simon, sit tight. You're up next. Sit tight. Lamar, I got your donation. I don't know what's going on with young Pharaoh. Is he okay? Somebody sent me a link, and he was talking a little extra, talking about doing something to one of his baby's moms, going back to Buffalo. The hater misses nothing. Is he okay? Did he crash out? You know? I rock with General Sarah Suit and Seti, and I didn't like what young Pharaoh was saying, man. That kind of like rubbed me the wrong way. Okay. Thank you for your donation just the same. Okay. Okay. Stefan, he says, got the wrench. Thanks so much. I'm just here to promote my work. Salute. Let me just say salute to one of my sponsors. Folks, if you are a sponsor and you have a 30-day promo package, I want to make sure that you have a wrench in that live chat to post links, okay? If for any reason you do not have a wrench, get back to me, okay? Email me so we can get you situated. King Simon, good evening, sir. Tuesday, exclusive audio. Are you up to speed, King Simon?
Yes. How you doing? Greetings, Star. How's everything, bro?
Good to hear you. Good to hear from you, King Simon. Peace. Where do you want to start?
Peace. Yes, I heard the audio. And, when Tupac first got shot, our team did the security because I was in the Nation of Islam at that time.
Okay.
And I was part of the X-Men security. And I'm glad if it's closure happening now, that's a beautiful thing because I was right there at the hotel room. I'm at the hotel at the hospital room when he got shot. I was at the door at the ICU.
Okay.
So I remember, if you remember when they said he left the hospital and cussed out the doctors, I was right there. When they said he ran out naked, I gave him my trench coat because he did have a hospital coat on, but he couldn't find his clothes, so I had to give him my trench coat to run out.
Okay.
So I was there, and he was very, due to what happened, of course, with the Biggie and the Puff back at that time, and I got to meet Puff and Biggie back at what's the place there called? What's that tunnel? The tunnel, because I knew the manager.
Okay.
So that's where they used to hang out. A lot of the people used to hang out back in those days. But being that we had to move Tupac from one location to a secret location where his mother, where his mother was. It's good to see that there's some closure, although she's not alive. May she rest in eternal frequency and peace. And it's good to see closure. Right. And I hear the brother talking. I hear I see the sisters talking. It's just good to see closure because I was right there for 48 hours. I was with Pac with the X-Men security, who was part of the Nation of Islam at that time. So seeing it and hearing it and seeing that people are coming out now, 25 some hours later, it's real. I was there at the courtroom. Anytime y'all see the court picture, I'm right there, the security team there also. I'm there. So I know what it is. And I'm glad that there's some type of closure going on because that beef was going on for a while before people got taken out, So.
Yeah, I hear you, and again, salute to the families, but I want to see, I want to see the genre, the culture do better, I accept responsibility for a lot of the things that I did in my earlier days. And you listen, King Simon, you and I know each other from Crown Heights, Brooklyn.
Yes, sir.
But on this microphone now, the Star Report and what it is that I'm trying to do, what I want to be known for, is being more objective and trying to assist if I can. I don't care about interviewing people. Been there,
Right.
done that.
Yes.
I don't need to get exclusives and so on and so forth. The objective perspective is what I'm here to present and again, assist if I can at my age. Do you think that this particular case, you know, Keefe D, who's he's just telling. He's just there's no way around him telling. He admits to it.
Right.
Do you think that the feds may get involved here now? Not that I'm wishing bad upon Diddy, but do you think that they may get involved, cuff Diddy, and maybe that might change things? He's probably the wealthiest person in hip hop aside from Jay-Z. Please.
I wouldn't put it past it. I wouldn't put it past it. It can go down just like that. And any time, any moment now. And, you know, Brother Love, what he's calling himself now, it sounds good. But it seems like he knew something was coming. All the love and stuff and selling of giving masters back, it seemed like he knew something was coming. I feel that energy from him. You know, and I know you might laugh at it, but it's real.
Oh, no. Listen, you know I'm not laughing at it. And for those who don't know, karma is the concept of action.
Yes.
The concept of action. So if you put certain energy out there, there's a good chance things will happen to you, and that's not necessarily taking anything away from his greatness. He's done a lot of great things. But if we look at his track record, so many people, and you can speak to this because you deal in energy and frequencies and so on and so forth. His track record has, destroyed a lot of people, death, destruction. Yeah. Would you say, King Simon, I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, would you say with your knowledge and your expertise, again, is Puffy, a.k.a. Diddy, some type of agent of chaos?
In his early part of his life, I can say that was the deal. I know he's trying to heal some things now, but it might be too late because things are starting to come out. But in his early times, you can actually say that. You could actually say that, although, and we got to look at it. We got to look at the dangers of what that music really from his camp produced and how many people it has hurt. Although we was partying and bullcrapping, I was in the club as an MC partying to his stuff too. I was an MC. I was on radio. I was doing a lot, doing my thing in all the clubs in Brooklyn. Right. And at SOBs, I was running that nightclub at SOBs too. So remember, even Russell used to have right around the corner from Hot 97. We used to have parties right there for Foxy Brown and everybody back in the day. Right. So I know the culture there. And although I was into reggae and calypso, I was one of the promoters for SOBs and Urban Plaza. So and Palladium. So I know what it is. So and that's why, after meeting him and Big was funny and comical, but Puffy he just gave me a pound and then ran off into the dark with his Moet. But I felt the energy around him back in those days. And I'm like, man, something's up with this brother.
King Simon?
You know what I'm saying?
King Simon?
Yes, sir.
King Simon.
Yes.
I have to somewhat sort of press you respectfully for an answer. Okay. For an answer. And keep in mind, a tiger cannot change its stripes.
Its stripes.
you know I'm the same dumb fuck from Crown Heights when you knew me. I know how to harness it better, but I'm this same stupid nigga from 824 St. John's. If you push my button, goddammit, I'm coming out blazing. I crash out. Now, I'm not proud of that. Do you think that Diddy is an agent of chaos? Just to bring this back home and sum this up.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I do think he's an agent of chaos, to be honest. And I hope, and for his whatever happens in this next couple of months, couple of years, his family's all right. I hope Pac's family get over what happened. I hope Biggie's family get over, because Miss Wallace deserves that. I really hope that everything is really falls where the dominoes fall where it's supposed to fall. Wherever the domino's supposed to fall, let it fall where it's supposed to fall.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. According to history.
Anything you want to mention, King Simon, or promote? You want me to keep promoting your banner?
Oh, yeah. Definitely, people. I just want to let people know they can, that I'm interviewing Queen Afua tomorrow on my platform.
Oh, nice.
Yes, I know she's connected to you through the Touraine family, and
that's
and
blood.
I'm with
she's
because
actual.
this is domestic violence.
She's actual blood family. Queen Afua and
she's actually
Queen Afua and Supernova Islam. Blood family.
That's right.
Blood family.
That's right. And I'll be on King Simon Presents, Only Quality People, or King Simon Presents. I have her on at 8:00, and she's going to be speaking about domestic violence. Because a lot of the music that we put out in hip hop caused a lot of domestic violence. So we got to think about the music and all that. So we're going to speak about it with Queen tomorrow.
Okay.
Because, and that's how we're going to deal with it on my platform tomorrow, definitely. But I appreciate
Make sure you ask her about her homemade Bengal spice herbal tea.
Oh, yes. What you know about that, Star?
She saved my life.
yes, she has saved my life. Yeah. Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Good to talk to you.
All right, it's a pleasure.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Okay. Who's on hold? Someone who sent a donation. Empowerment. I responded to your email. Thank you so much. Someone sent a donation. I want to make sure I get you on the line. Hold on a second. Stefan, I got your email. Thank you so much. Okay. Someone sent me something about a Tupac big FBI files LAPD cover-up. Be careful with that. Be very careful. No, someone was on the line here. Was it 914? Hold on, guys. Oh, man. I think this is it right here. M. Clark, is that you? Did you send it a donation, M. Clark?
Yeah, Star. What's up, man? It's M. Clark.
Hey, man. I appreciate your support. How are you? How's the art coming? What's going on with the art?
It's pretty good. I'm number one on YouTube. I'm not on Google.
Okay.
In terms of the searches, artists, painting.
Nice.
But it's not really transitioning to the sale. You can find it easily. So I know something's happening.
Okay. Do you want to have a conversation behind the scenes another day? Because that's the big thing, making it transition into sales, Maybe I can help,
No problem. I have a lot of those stories about Diddy.
Okay, please. Please.
Real fast.
Come on.
So Gene Deal was saying that basically he was part of some Harlem gang and he got jumped in. So Diddy's not a punk.
Oh no.
But he said that he ran.
Right.
He ran from the beatdown. And he was trying to make it sound good. They were trying to find address for some people to drink stuff in the club and all that. So I mean, that's what was going on between him and Suge. So and it escalated from when you call it went on stage and y'all got no love for East Coast and blah blah blah, and then cornered him and he said, "Nah, I was talking about Jermaine Dupri," and so I mean, Sugar wasn't acting all tough like that in New York. But
if I can jump in for a second, Mark, I want to focus on this audio that's in my community section that quite a bit of people have heard, but it's recycled now because of the arrest of Keefe D. Did you hear what Keefe D said about Puffy and how he was talking in front of a room full of Crips on multiple occasions, offering $1 million for the executions of not just Tupac, but Suge Knight as well? Did you hear that audio?
No, I did not. But that seems like a lot of money. You get someone beat up for $20,000. $1 million is like, that's going too far with that. That's just kind of ridiculous. But I did not hear that audio. Beat down.
Give it a listen. Give it a listen, because Keefe D is he's been a confidential informant for years. That's not alleged. That's very real. And he was talking to Greg Kading, and he describes everything and the offer of $1 million. I mean, that's what I want to focus on tonight. The other stuff we've already went over. Keefe D telling on this person, that person, Suge Knight saying he's not going to testify, yada, yada, yada. That audio, I think it's going to work against Diddy if the feds want to pursue this. But if they don't, then, I guess we're at the same place we've always been at with regards to urban culture. People want to, push the whole stop telling, stop snitching nonsense. Go ahead.
He's politically connected and insulated. Point. I don't think Las Vegas is going to extradite him.
Mark, can I ask you to come closer to the phone? Your headset is kind of choppy, a little choppy. Make the adjustment.
Yeah, I'm doing a ghetto sauna in the bathroom. Sorry about that.
Okay.
But
go ahead.
Yeah. So basically, I don't think Las Vegas is going to extradite him. He's politically connected and insulated to have him face some charges. I think he's made enough connections, governors and senators, U.S. senators, congressmen. Not to go down that route, but. All right, so I won't take up too much time.
Good to talk to you, man.
I'll holler at you.
Let's see if we can chop it up behind the scenes, because maybe I can assist you by offering free promotion on my platform if people purchase things from your site. But I think we should do something a little bit more custom to the liking of what the demands are today, a little more custom.
All right, no doubt. I'll hit you up tomorrow.
Okay, good to talk to you, man. Thank you.
Take care.
All
right, sir.
One of my sponsors, Mark. Okay. Guys, in the live chat, did anyone notice the star artificial intelligence in my community section? I have a series of them coming out. That's just the first. It's just a sample, a test sample. You can go to my other YouTube channel, Troy Terrain. It's in the shorts section right there. That's audio from the Star and Buck Wild show. Did you notice that? I mean, I saw a bunch of comments with people not paying attention to the audio and the time period. The AI is important, the artificial intelligence, and salute to the guy who did that for me. He did a series, but the audio is very raw. That was the Star and Buck Wild show. I mean, some of it's embarrassing, but that was in the mornings on Power 105, syndicated into multiple states, all right? And there's another video I want to talk about a little bit later. Hang on a second. Let me go to PayPal for those of you supporting the machine. Big Keith, thank you for tapping in. He says, I always heard the Crips killed Biggie because of money Puff owed. Guess it makes sense now. And where's that nigga from? Question mark. That the caller kept saying, keep it gangster. Yeah, that's a very, very old term. Lunar Glider, got you donation. Salute Star, supporting the machine. Thank you so much. Big Ike also says, Usher got on the 1950s Hey Girl Starlet kit. Pardon me. 1950s Hey Girl Starter kit. I ain't seen those female socks and long skirts since Back to the Future. Wow. Let's get Juicy Fruit the fuck out of here. Okay. Give me a second. I want to mention something else here with regards to the audio that's in the community section. And folks, I don't care if you take that audio from Keefe D, and posted on your platform. It's been out there for years. That was from a documentary, okay? And let me just go back for those of you who don't know, because everyone doesn't know. Let's not assume everyone knows who Greg Kading is and the work that he's done. Again, born in 1963, Gregory Kading, that's his government name, an American author and former Los Angeles Police Department detective, best known for working on the multi-law enforcement task force that investigated the murders of rap stars Tupac Shakur and Biggie Smalls in the mid-2000s. So he has a lot of information, collected a lot of interviews. He's been a part of the ongoing investigations. So this is who Keefe D is most known for talking to, confiding in when he signed his proffer agreement, okay? Proffer, not proper. Proffer agreement. And his proffer agreement, although I have not seen it, it had to do with him dealing drugs and other things. And hang on a second. I don't know the details of what he spoke about or what he signed the proffer agreement regarding the shooting, the execution of Tupac and shooting Suge Knight in the head. I also took notice to Keefe D, as many of you did, when he said he saw Suge get shot in the head, Saw him get shot in the head. So, and the way Keefe D is talking, I don't mean to laugh, but it's entertaining. It's entertaining as hell. Blade, I got your donation. Blade says Star the Million was to smoke Tupac and Biggie. Okay, they got Pac. So that's why Puff allegedly gave Von Zip $500,000 to pass to Keefe D. Okay. Okay, Big J got you donation. Cuffs on Puff 2024. If they want him, if they want him. Blade says, yo, nigga, that AI is wild. Forgot how reckless you were on the radio back in the days. And I own all of that audio. I own it. The Hot 97 audio, I own it. The Power 105 audio, I own it. So I'm going to get it out slowly. There's no rush, okay? David, I got your donation. Thank you so much for tapping in. Someone says, I always assumed Puffy gave Von Zip the hit money in cash, and Von Zip simply kept it and never sent it to Keefe D. That makes sense. And I think Diddy is smart enough not to do any type of, bank cashier's check to be on the hook, because that could be used, to bribe him for years and years. Well, probably not bribe, extort him. To extort him years and years and years down the road, It's all safe right now. Usher wears black Louis Vuitton kilt, if anybody cares, or if you want to make mention to him performing at the Super Bowl. Was that some type of ritual? We'll give you the halftime show, but we want you to be fully buck broken and put on a kilt. Fully buck broken. Wow. Let me promote the homie Devious J, guys. Check out his channel. Tell him I sent you great content, okay? YouTube.com/@7Devious, okay? Let me go to area code 516. Good evening. We're talking about the audio. Are you up to speed? Keefe D telling that Diddy offered him money.
Yeah, I heard about that. I heard that video a long time ago, but I think it's all a setup because Greg Kading is there to get law enforcement off the hook. If you look, Kevin Gaines, David Mack, Rafael Perez, Reggie Wright Sr., Reggie Wright Jr. are all involved in crimes. If you look up Ramparts, if you look up deputy mayors, there is a huge $1 million lawsuit that Loletta Wallace had filed, and that's when the FBI got involved. Vegas knew. We read about who did what since Vegas knew, but the district attorney in LA, because of ramparts and all these cops, don't want to do anything, and that's why they're now doing this now. So I don't know if Diddy was involved. Greg should have never been recording that illegally. That's why this guy thought he was free. And I sent you that email about that FBI files, because this is all coming from the FBI. This is not opinions.
Okay.
There's a guy named Carson on that. He had a whole documentary. He was calling out Reggie, all of them, Greg Caden a liar. They did a documentary where Greg Caden wouldn't even show up when Ice-T and Soledad O'Brien did a documentary on it. He wouldn't even show up because Greg Caden is there to make sure that this lawsuit doesn't expand. But if anybody wants to do research on deputy gangs in Los Angeles, ramparts, see how Alonzo is based off of Rafael Perez. That's all out there. So we knew who these cops are. They're free now. They kept their mouth shut, unlike Keefe D. And, you know, they robbed banks. They did all this stuff. Suge Knight has mentioned it a couple of times himself about their involvement. Kevin Gaines was in Vegas on special assignment. This is all FBI files. So that's my piece on that. The documentary shows you the FBI files. So it's a lot deeper than Diddy. He might be a scapegoat. Gene Deal talked about this as well. So, you know, this is well known.
Stay with me. I did get your email. You sent me like 5 paragraphs, yes?
Yeah, maybe. I think it's just...
I appreciate you. Stay with me. I appreciate you. You sent me very detailed PDF files as well. I like to open up the floodgates, the phone lines, and get people like yourself who are educated on this particular topic to talk. I want to focus on that audio tonight. The other things you mentioned, yes, very, very crucial, very crucial. Do you think, in your opinion, with your knowledge and clearly your expertise, anything will be sparked to not that I'm wishing this upon him, you know, to arrest Sean Combs in relation to the murder of Tupac Shakur, in your opinion?
That would be a very smart move for law enforcement to shift the blame there, because I'm sure Diddy might have said stuff like that. And according to Keefe D, outside of that audio, he said the FBI told him about $1 million that Zip allegedly offered to him, but he never heard anything about it from Zip himself. So Diddy could get arrested. I think I agree with what King Simon was saying. I think all this stuff with giving out money and trying to clean up his image is because he knows something is coming. I think Keefe D knew something was coming, and he might be in a sticky situation, because if you're insinuating that you want somebody killed and people you are affiliated with do it, you know, it's you know, along with all I said, it could be very incriminating and tough for Diddy, and I think that would be a way of them shifting the blame.
Right, I agree. I agree. Rat or not, I mean, to some degree, I have to respect Keefe D's gangster. He's been living in Las Vegas all these years. I mentioned that last week, you know, and hiding in plain sight. Hiding in plain sight.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is the thing. This man was not hiding. He wrote a book. He did interviews.
No. Hiding in plain sight, not hiding in the cracks and the crevices, in the fucking open.
True. I mean, all right. But Stars, they found a gun that's related to this murder 27 years later. This man kept it. I mean, the thing with Keefe D, he said his nephew did it. And what Keefe D was doing, why they weren't, you know, going after him, is because he was blaming a dead person. So that way, if anybody else was involved, they never got arrested because the dead person was taking the blame. Okay. So I guess the hood was okay with that type of snitching. You know, these rules always switch. But as you know, in the Snitch Network, as you've always said, everybody's working with law enforcement. That's the name of the game. That is how you get ahead, and this is how you stay out. Yeah. But, you know, I think he expired his time by doing books and interviews. I mean, this was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen, and now it's opened up Pandora's box.
Are you yourself?
And we can't blame Vlad on
Are you yourself former law enforcement?
Oh no. I am not with law enforcement. A matter of fact, I was a big early supporter of that stop the police thing that you did back in the day when everything was going down. So I kind of keep balance with it. I 100 Blacks in Law Enforcement. I used to check in with them every once in a while, Graves and a couple of them. So back in the day, so I know them and I kind of know the politics of how stuff.
You're a concerned citizen.
Always.
Yeah.
And but it's I think this man, I've never seen anything more ridiculous than a man giving interviews about an unsolved murder, and all of the family members knew about it. Everybody heard about it. But notice nobody was ever really mad. Nobody ever advocated. All of the outlaws, one of them even asked a question to Vlad about it, because I think they know it's a lot bigger than this. Why has nobody been advocating with the 5 years or with the years before he did interviews when we knew he did it? Nobody, none of the outlaws, all of these people didn't say anything, because I believe they know it has to be bigger than this.
You mentioned something earlier in the exchange here about the corruption and the did you say LAPD in particular?
So yes, it's not just LAPD, it's Compton, right? You have the Compton Police, you have LAPD,
right.
You have Ramparts, and some of the people who are involved in Biggie's murder, which is well known, David Mack, Rafael Perez, are part of Ramparts. He gave 70 names up. Those 70 people in law enforcement never got prosecuted.
The reason why I asked you that question is because, we always hear about corruption in Chicago, Detroit, New York, and other states. But Los Angeles County has a really serious history of police corruption. I forgot some film that they made that they focused. I think it was from either the 40s or the 50s. I forget the name of that goddamn film. And it just went in depth to the corruption. So that's a place, gangland, as I'm sure you know. And I put nothing past them, nothing at all. That's one of the places where I'm very, very cautious. In Los Angeles, I just came back from a California road trip, and I was a little concerned riding around with the firearms, even though I had my paperwork in the RV. I was concerned. And any closing thoughts on corruption, LA County Police?
Yeah, I think it is a very big problem, and the reason why it's hard to solve is because it wraps up too many people in it, right? It wraps up the deputy gangs, that if you just look at the deputy gangs, these little departments are controlling drugs, shooting people. There's all these lawsuits. And if this thing comes out and we start with Tupac and we go to Biggie and everybody starts snitching on everybody, LA could sink, man. And that's why it's a very difficult thing to tackle law enforcement. Democratic city, politicians are involved, a lot of heads roll, and it's a very big problem. And it's our culture, and it's unfortunate,
sadly,
that it's gone this bad, even in law enforcement.
Yeah, sadly. Hey, I appreciate the knowledge and the call. Thank you so much.
All right, Star.
Yes, sir. Take care. Okay.
Peace.
Guys, give me a second. I want to make sure I have everything lined up here. Young Kobe got your donation. Diddy, I got an extra room in Bali, and they will love you. They will love you over here. Okay, like Russell Simmons, thank you so much. M. Clark got your donation. Thank you so much. Guys, again, if you have not taken notice, please leave a comment other than, just critiquing the AI, the audio from that Star and Buckwild show from 2005 in my community section. Yes, I'm using artificial intelligence, but the audio is what I want you to take notice to. It's just raw, uncut, no bleeps. And keep in mind, I was never fined by the FCC. Star and Buck Wild Show, never fined by the FCC, for those who have got it twisted. Also, thank you. Someone sent me an email here with regards to Meatball. Meatball is a influencer in Philadelphia. She's 21 years of age. Her brand is called Ain't Nothing, Nuffin. I don't know if she's she's working with the authorities. I don't want to say that to cause her any friction or anything, but she's got these dance videos. Her stomach is out. I didn't know if she was pregnant or just, slightly obese. But she's a talker. She's doing a whole lot of goddamn. She's all over the news in Philly. You guys up to speed on Meatball? She was sitting there talking to one of the news, maybe it was Channel 3, and her mother pulls up and starts beeping the horn to mess up the interview, telling Meatball, stop talking. Meatball gets up, takes off the microphone, and says, yeah, just stay out of trouble, y'all. Her brand is called Ain't Nothing, Nuffin. I just wanted to mention that, The hater misses nothing. Rome on the song. Got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Guys, earlier I mentioned Dirt Rock from Southside Compton Crips. I haven't finished watching his interview, but thank you for putting me up on this. Supposedly, this is the guy who, according to multiple people, testified in front of the grand jury. Not BG Knockout. Okay, let's take BG Knockout off the table. I was asking yesterday, was he the guy? But many people are saying he's not. All right. Tonight's topic: Keefe D claims Puffy offered Crips $1 million to smoke Tupac and Suge Knight. Okay, that's the title, and the audio is in the community section. If you have not heard it, please check it out. Okay, Perry got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Love the show. That hat is dope. Go Birds. Yeah. You guys need to check out Down and In Sports Talk with Left Handed and Yada Bear. Yada Bear is a huge Philadelphia Eagles fan. Okay. Aren't they 4-0, guys, right now? Are the Eagles 4-0? Okay. And let me go to area code 702. Thank you for your patience. Good evening. We're having a discussion with regards to the audio. Are you up to speed? 702.
Yeah, I'm up to speed. I've been following for years in 96, 97 when it all happened.
Okay.
I just want to. I think Keefe D does have a chance at this case because the only witness they have is him. All of these interviews that he's been putting out over the years, all of them have something different in them. They're not very consistent, 1 minute he's saying that they got some get back at Pac over what they did to his nephew. So the motive was revenge. And then on another recording, he's saying he heard Puff put out a bounty, so which one is it? And
well, hang on a second, sir. He said he didn't just say he heard, he was there with Puffy on 4 occasions when Puffy offered the money. Did you hear the audio in the community section? Just asking.
Okay, yeah, that's cool, but we cannot verify that, and we don't know if that's true or not.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, I think we should be careful about putting that out there too, because we don't know what's fiction and what's fact. And and we also have to be careful about what the FBI says. We cannot just think because the FBI
Sir,
said,
with all due respect, if you're scared, go to church. I ain't saying allegedly tonight. Fuck all that shit. Fuck being careful. Keefe D said Diddy offered $1 million on 4 occasions, sir. If you're scared, let's get you out of here. We're going with what we got. It's now hit the mainstream, the dominant society. Now's the time to get answers. Yes, no?
Yeah, I got you, but I just don't see anything that's clear cut about it from what I'm hearing.
I can't say it's true one way or the other. We can only go by what he says. But
well, sir, the nigga has been arrested. What do you want to see now? The steel bracelets put on his wrist. What do you want to see, sir?
All right.
You sound scared.
But
you sound scared.
But I also hold on. But I also think that there's a lot of hate that people like in Puff's position will get because he outlasted and outmaneuvered people like Suge and Puff.
Yes.
I think there's a lot of hate. I think he gets a lot of hate from that because remember, this guy is what 160, 170 pounds going up against a guy that's 300-pound ex-football player. You ain't gonna be able to fight no guy like that off. You gotta have some artillery or have some people around you that can protect you. You know, so I think he played it the way that anybody in his position would have played it, and so far he's won. And I think that people hate a winner. I think that's what it boils down to. He had to do what he had to do to survive.
Gotcha.
And that's it.
Okay. Hey, I appreciate the call, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right.
Okay. I give that man the last word, and folks, I'll give you the last word as well. Did what he had to do to survive. No, Diddy did what he had to do to floss. This is not an attack on this man's character. He's a good guy, Diddy. He's a good guy. Diddy is a barker. He barks. I don't believe for one goddamn second he was shook or overly concerned. He was probably talking to them Crip niggas, you know, like they were just little niggas. I got $1 million. What's up? Who won it? That's Diddy. Puffy was even more vicious than Diddy. Can I get an amen from anybody who may have interacted with him? How many people died at City College? The charity basketball game, huh? That nigga was back up in the club the next week popping bottles. How many people died in City College? Let me Google it. God damn. He ain't never been scared. Hold on a second. What year was that? City College. Puffy. City College Stampede, 1991. This shit pops right up. Let me put this in the live chat. Y'all must have forgot who we talking about. We talking about Puff Daddy. Most of you kids just know Diddy or Brother Love. Puff Daddy. The City College Stampede was a crowd crush event that occurred on December the 28th, days after Christmas, 1991. New York Gymnasium during a charity basketball game, headlined by celebrities Puff Daddy and Heavy D. Crowds were they had the doors locked, chains. Niggas was getting trampled, couldn't get out the doors. Take that. The crowd then rushed the lobby and down a short staircase that led to the gymnasium. However, a set of doors at the bottom of the stairs opened inward into the lobby, not outward. 9 people killed. Lord have mercy. That was 91. That was 91. I got $1 million. Y'all supposed to be gangbangers? What's cracking? Can somebody split that nigga's wig, please? Sheesh. Here's a real one, goddamn. Where is she? Janet, come on and talk your talk. Janet, these niggas are scared tonight. Talk, Janet. Talk your talk. Let's go, goddammit. Let's go.
Hi, sir. How are you?
I'm sitting here sipping. What's cracking? I'm talking about Puff Daddy. These niggas talking about Brother Love and Diddy. I'm talking about Puff Daddy. What's cracking, Janet?
Well, Well, I'm going by the era, and I might have to disagree with you a little bit, Star. I was calling in to defend the FBA hero.
Come on.
Well, listen, everybody's walking around like Suge was this. First of all, rest in peace to Tupac, but I believe he was collateral damage. Suge was doing some hell of a shit back there, back in them days. And way back then, I remember the rumors over here. Now, I'm in Jersey, and I was hearing these rumors about what Suge was doing and what, I think in the position that Puff was, I think he had to do what he had to do.
Okay.
It's just that simple.
Okay.
Somebody, it ain't like this. He woke up one day. Oh my God! It ain't like he just woke up one day and decided to go ahead and take Suge out. And everybody always say he put $1 million on Tupac and Suge head, when it should say he put $1 million on Suge and Tupac head.
Well, hang on, Janet. Did you hear the audio? Because that's what Keefe D said. That Puffy put $1 million on Suge and Tupac's heads. Both of them.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's in reverse. Which one was more a priority with Suge? Suge was doing some stuff out there that was actually, now I heard this, it was just rumor on the street. I'm in Jersey. I heard this a long time ago. And then when I was doing some research last night, it confirmed what I heard back in the day, that Suge was putting threats on not only Puffy, but Puffy's family. Mm-hmm. And he was serious about it. Mm-hmm. And now, if you think the police and the detectives don't take a black person's safety to heart now, back then they really didn't give a damn. Now, I'm not saying Puffy is a saint, because they put a lot of bull crap influence out here in these neighborhoods, and that made people think things were all cookies and creams when it wasn't, But I'm just saying.
I'm listening.
Then we got to talk about Tupac. Tupac, he beat up a fan. How somebody going to come up to you, right, and the boy fanning out? Now, everybody say this across the board, that Orlando was the hugest Tupac fan. They kind of look alike. They look alike. So maybe he got a lot of play being looking like Tupac. Okay. Now, if I come up to a person and I'm fanning out, then that person, and I retaliate with hitting them, I mean, like, that don't put Tupac in the best of life. That don't make him a thug. How you gonna try to beat up to somebody who's coming up to you as a fan? You went over there to him. He was admiring you for who you are. You seen that, because you had to understand that, because Tupac was a smart guy from what I see and what I hear, and you attacked him. That's some, I don't hope you don't mind me saying this, but that's some big shit.
Let's go, Janet.
That's some straight up bitch shit. You ain't gonna come and you're gonna text somebody who's admiring you. Come on, what the hell is that? That's an easy win. And then not only that, y'all jumped him so bad that y'all broke this man's shoulder. He sued the family. I ain't gonna shoot you one day and then come. Well, maybe I would, because I'm just that type of person. But
if I can jump in, you see, again, people always talk about Orlando was with the shits. Oh, okay. Well, as you just said, how do you shoot a person one day and then turn around and sue the family? It doesn't make sense to me. Continue.
This is what I'm saying.
Continue, Janet.
And he won $100,000. He won 100. After he had passed away because he was murdered after that. And then let's talk about these murders. Maybe these was murder. And I think Keefe D set up his nephew and all this shit. Even all this killing and everything. Right. I think Keefe D is behind a lot of stuff. Yeah. And what he got going for him right now, he deserved. Because I
agree.
And I look at those pictures.
I agree.
I look at those pictures. He is responsible for young men lives being taken And here he is. He's like, what, during that time was in his 30s, going on his 40s. He was old as hell. He was supposed to be working at the fire department or the post office or whatever, or plumber, whatever he could do. That's what he was supposed to be doing instead of pushing drugs on his own people. So if Keefe D go to jail for 1,001 years, I ain't going to shed a tear. But let's keep it real. Tupac attacked a fan. The man's defenses was down. That's this shit right there. All right. Suge was walking.
But Janet, with all due respect, we're talking about gang members. You know, it's different. You know, were you ever in a gang? It's different mentality. You know, when it's up, it's up. You know, gang members, they don't give a fuck.
No. Yeah, but it's a such thing. It's a such thing as honor, and it's such thing as loyalty, and it's a such thing as respect. I don't care what gang you in. Of course, it's always, well, I don't know now with that drill stuff going on, but even that drill stuff with them people killing each other, it's a misunderstanding of what loyalty is. It's misguided,
okay,
but it's still based in that.
Okay.
So what I'm just saying is, we love Tupac. Yes, I love Tupac. We all love Tupac. But what I'm trying to tell you is, he is a casualty of a war that was started by someone who bailed him out of jail. Okay. So that's another thing. He sold himself out just to get bailed out of jail.
Jen, I have to chime in for a second, and I'm letting you talk, and I appreciate your points of view. Tupac became loved. New York wasn't rocking with him like that. There was small pockets of support for Tupac.
Right.
You know, it wasn't like the whole New York was rocking with him. He was rebelling. He was clapping at the biggest rappers from New York. Not just Biggie, but Mobb Deep, Nas, and a host of others. I mean, it was on and popping. So anyway, I want to go back to this audio. This is very, very important. This is key what I'm talking about here tonight. So you did not hear the audio with Keefe D talking to Greg Kading? You didn't hear it?
Well, I heard a lot of audio, but I didn't hear the one in your community section per se, because I was researching him all last night. So I was hearing a lot of audio. So I heard everything he said. He told the same story over and over and over again. Wow. And about the medallion. The medallion, it was a 10,000 thing on the medallion.
Janet, I want to focus on the audio. I don't want to drift off now into the chains and yada, yada, yada. That audio is very, very important. But I appreciate you. Anything else in closing?
Okay.
Anything else in closing, Janet?
No, that's it.
Okay.
No, that's it.
Great to hear from you.
Oh, this Cardi thing?
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
You see how she was on Instagram talking about she got all these receipts and stuff, right? So now I'm thinking, like, back in the day, she used to be a hardcore stripper and went state to state to state to state. That could explain all this stuff. Maybe she around here blackmailing people. I'm just saying.
Janet, I have to jump in. No, Cardi B is talking about industry people. Again,
what I'm saying.
A couple of years ago, she was driving her car talking about paying DJs. That's more detrimental. Mm-hmm. That's more detrimental than stripping. Yada yada yada. She's talking about. Hang on. Let me speak now. She alluded to payola. People have gone to jail for payola at radio stations, going back to Alan Freed, Frankie Crocker. That's what she's talking about. Nobody gives a goddamn about who was having sex and who was getting plowed. That ain't nothing. I do believe she holds, some cards if she wants to be a real bitch. But she was talking about her split personality, yada, yada, yada. But Kanye West said what he said about her years ago, and he has since sang her praises. Go ahead and finish up, Janet.
Well, okay. So the only thing I'm saying is during her stripper days, she done seen things, she done took photographs, her friends done got photographs of people, and these people that go to these strip clubs are not just people in the entertainment, These are people in political arenas. Gotcha. So when you say she a plant, how did she get to become a plant? That's the only thing I'm saying. Did she use this information that she has?
Got you.
Is that the reason, a lot of people won't do certain things because if she say no, it don't go that way?
Okay.
Is that why she paid somebody $5,000, a known gang member, on a hit, and she didn't do a day in jail?
Yeah.
Come on, you got to look at this. This is crazy. I'm going to get somebody $5,000, $2,500 is capital. So is capital in the government? So on that tier, you double that.
Okay.
So that's the only thing I'm saying.
I appreciate you, Jen, and as always, thank you for tapping in.
All right, bye-bye.
Thank you. Okay. Guys, at the top of the live chat is the PayPal information if you want to contribute to the show and you don't have Cash App. Also, we need you to hit the like button to give the video a boost with regards to recommendations, okay? The audio, again, is in the community section. Please take a listen to it. You can download that audio. I don't care. It's not mine. Keefe D talking to Greg Kading, saying that on multiple occasions, Puffy offered $1 million to not just him, but other Crips to pop the top of Tupac and Suge Knight, okay? Okay, someone sent me an email here saying, Star, meatball is a strong argument for forced sterilization. Easy. She's 21. Take it easy. Maurice, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. I believe the last caller was trying to say Keefe D has no credibility in the eyes of public opinion. Okay. Well, he has been arrested, so the police have taken him very, very serious. White boy Rory tapping in. Where's Rory? Hold on, guys. Let me get Rory in the queue. Rory, sit tight. You're up next. Sit tight, Rory. Okay. Terrence got your donation. Diddy, the guy, or another rapper from that era? Okay. Thank you. And Pamela, hey, how are you? Pamela got your donation. Okay, I don't want to mention that about somebody's mom. That's a little out there, but thank you for your donation. Thank you, Jeffrey. I got your donation. Salute to you. Alicia, I got your donation. Which Alicia are you? I know like 5 Alicias. 2 of them had fire coochie. Fire! Rory, good evening, man. We're talking about that audio in my community section. Did you hear it? White boy Rory.
Yes, I heard it. Let me take a drink.
Take your time.
Yeah, man. I don't think I heard it. And I don't think there ain't nothing going to happen to Diddy, man. Diddy's a gangster. Diddy's a real gangster. He's got people like Benjamin Braffman, the top small hat lawyers and gangsters of New York City. They've been teaching him for years.
Right.
And this guy Keefe D, the best he could do is say, I heard Diddy say this, but everybody else is dead. He said Zip gave him the gun. Zip is dead. You know what I mean? So there's not going to be no physical evidence against Diddy. Diddy don't move, he don't move stupid like that. Diddy's a real gangster, man. Harlem gangster. There's a difference between a Harlem gangster and some West Coast Crips. You know what I'm saying? Those guys are more on the line of purse snatchers and hand-to-hand drug deals. Diddy's like, from the Bumpy Johnson stock.
Pedigree.
You know what I mean? People don't want to realize that.
Pedigree.
Yeah, people want to understand that, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People don't want to understand that, but Diddy's a real gangster, man. Diddy, he rubbed elbows with the mob over here, the 5 families. So his training and his gangster is not to be undervalued, man. He's sitting up in L.A. right now. He ain't worried about nothing. You think he'd be living in L.A. if he was worried about something? Not worried about them.
Good point.
Ain't worried about them.
Good point.
You know what I mean? And there's going to be no physical evidence. If you're going to have to take Diddy down, you're going to have overwhelming evidence. And the government knows that. And the government's going to have to spend a lot of money because Diddy got endless amount of money. And there's really nothing going to be but this old crib over here saying, Diddy told me to do this, or Diddy offered me money to do this. Right. That's not going to hold no weight. It's going to be your word versus him. You got to prove that the dude had something to do with it.
Good point.
You know what I mean?
Good point.
But if they could prove you in the car, you said you were in the car, you admitted you were in the car, that's enough for accessory to murder. That's enough right there for accessory to murder. They don't even have to charge him with murder. They just charge him with accessory and give him 25 years down the road.
Accessory and a co-conspirator. That they hit him with charges that people, I haven't seen too many people, talk about the new charges. Yes, he admitted to being in the vehicle, as you said, accessory, but they're looking to make it stick, in my opinion. Did to himself.
Yeah, I think, that's more than enough evidence for a RICO charge right there. A RICO charge, you just got to be connected to it. You don't even have to be physically involved. So that's right. Enough evidence right there. And, I know everybody loves Tupac. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like Tupac too. Look, I like Tupac. I don't hate the guy. I like Tupac. I give him his props and everything. But Tupac should have never played with Puff. You know what I'm saying? Tupac was not on his level. Tupac was an actor. He was a thespian. He was a low budget ballerina, man. And he was nice at rhyming. But he shouldn't have pressed his gangster card against Puffy, man. You know what I'm saying? Woo. He should have never did that. He played himself. He went up against a real gangster.
Rory spitting bars.
Found out what beef was. Come on, Star. He found out what beef was, man. He went up against a real gangster, man. And everybody, people don't put enough of the fault on Pac himself for why he got killed. It's just like, oh no, we lost Pac. Oh God, oh no, we lost Pac. Okay, people get killed every day, man. Especially people who put themselves in a position of like being a gangster and you're not a gangster. Yeah. You want to run around repping blood. If I went to California, I wouldn't trust none of them dudes, man. I don't know them cats. Even if I became friends with some of them, I lived out there for a while, I wouldn't trust them. So that's how you could tell right there that Tupac wasn't from the streets, man. He did, He should have known that from these guys.
Rory, hang on a second. He was also very young, died at 25. I mean, you and I, when we were 25, we were out of control. I'm not going to fault him. But I do have to agree with you. He found out what real beef was fucking with Puff Daddy.
He found out what real beef was, man. Hard to creep these Brooklyn streets, man. He should have.
No. Let's not talk that Brooklyn shit. Mount Vernon and Harlem. Mount Vernon. Anybody from Mount Vernon want to tap in? Anybody want to put respect on Puff Daddy's name?
Mount Vernon, laying legends down, man. Real gangsters. Come on, man.
And he went to private school like myself. He and I were talking about that.
Right. Come on, man. Yo, he should have left well enough alone after he got his head clapped in Midtown at Quad Studios. He should have left good. He should have known right there. He should have said, "I'm gonna take my one-way ticket. I'm out of here. These uptown gangsters is too."
Scooter had shots ripping at her Glocks.
I'm out the city. I'm lucky to leave with my life. Let me just let that alone and let me work on my music. But instead, he want to be a thug.
Rory, who did the shooting at Quad Studio? Do you know? Shooting.
I would go with the conspiracy that dude Big Dre did it because he seemed like
no. Quad Studios in New York City. Quad Studio.
They said everybody said it was King Tut. Everybody say it was if Jimmy Henchman. That's not something that that's something that would You know that.
I'm gonna leave it alone.
You involved with Jimmy Henchman.
I'm gonna leave it alone. I don't know nothing.
Yeah, everybody. People say it was King Tut. You know, but it was anyway. It was some some old school Brooklyn gangsters. Allegedly, it was some old school Brooklyn gangsters that ran in his pockets, took his chain, and pump some lead in the dude for running his mouth, man. You know what I mean? It's the same thing in New York as it is in LA. You can't come around here and start acting super gangster and you're not really from here.
Right.
You know what I mean? Especially with Brooklyn dudes. You running around with Brooklyn dudes you don't know that well. You don't know Brooklyn that well. You could be their friends for a little while and they're going to pull out the gun on you and rob you. That's what they're known for. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's what
cutthroat, conniving, backstabbing, low-life degenerates. Brooklyn niggas.
Oh, the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
Sleeping in the project hallways, got nowhere to go, would take the old, dirty, dusty Jordan 4s off your feet just because, they felt like robbing something. You didn't have nothing else to rob. They'll steal the fake gold teeth out your mouth. Come on, man.
Right.
Pac was not a gangster like that. But, sir, I really wanted to touch on the zestiness in the Black American community as far as Usher and Jimmy Butler.
Where you going? Whoa.
Well, I'm just saying, now it's getting crazy. It's getting to the point now where today on social media they had a bunch of people in Florida and all the black dudes down there were getting the silk press perm like Jimmy Butler and stuff. It's like, you know what? I don't know what's going on with the brothers, man, but now is not the time to be zesty. We're getting invaded by all these Hispanics in these third world countries. They're going to look at you like you soft. They're going to run in your neighborhood, take everything, take all the housing and everything, especially if you're looking zesty, man. I just don't get it.
Rory, respectfully.
Hey, girl.
Hey, Rory, listen.
What?
I consider you a friend. I don't have too many friends. Objectively speaking, people would call you out, with regards to your past. I'm not going to mention that, but, you're talking about the brothers and zestiness, What would you say if they say, well,
who the hell walks around with a skirt and a silk press perm? I don't have no past. My past is an open book, man. Okay. I don't have no past.
Come on.
You talk about I had a coke addiction. Yeah, you talk about how the coke addiction, and there was one crazy night. Man, that's just one crazy night. That all has to do with my coke addiction.
Okay.
It took me like 6 months to get off of coke.
Gotcha.
Man. You know what I mean? I was wilding out on. I didn't even know which. I was up for 3 days. I didn't know what.
It took me a decade. Whoa. Took you 6 months. It took me a decade. Why did it take you 6 months to beat your coke addiction?
It took me 6 months of staying away from everybody, not drinking, not doing anything, to finally get over like the fiend of wanting to get high on coke. You know what I'm saying? I never had that with anything else. I never had that with weed. I never had that with liquor. I never had that with anything else. But that coke, once that thing, it just creeps on you. You start doing it all the time. Yeah. And then it's hard to quit. It's really hard to quit. You got to put you got to drop everything, and you got to give that your undivided attention if you want to quit it.
Gotcha.
Hey,
Rory, Darrix wants to talk to you. Do you want to talk to Darrix, my alleged cousin? Do you want to talk to him? He's saying, please keep Rory on the line. He's fake. You want to talk to him?
Hell yeah, I talked to him. What's up?
Hold on a second.
And run it over here.
And salute to Maurice. He says, Mount St. Michael's Academy for Boys alumni. Puff Daddy, put some respect on his fucking name.
Puff Daddy gangster.
Darrix. Hold on a second. Darrix.
What's up?
You're on the line. You're on the line, but do not.
No.
Do not mention. Hold on. Do not mention small hats. There's Rory. You want to talk to him? Go ahead.
Well, I'm not going to mention small hats, but Rory, I'm not going to lie to you. Every time I hear you talking, you mention a lot on the live chat, but every time I hear you talk, I can't listen to that wigger Can I curse or no?
Go ahead and curse. Go ahead and curse. You spend money. Go ahead and curse.
Yeah. I really can't listen to that weirder shit. But then when you start talking about the gangster shit, did you live around gangsters? Because I did. So, what family did you live around?
Oh, I didn't know you live around gangsters. I thought you grew up in the suburbs of New Jersey.
Oh, no, I grew up in East Orange, downtown. Okay, I'll let you finish. Go ahead, talk.
Go ahead, man. Wait, where you say you from?
I grew up on 1st Avenue, 72 1st Avenue, East Orange, New Jersey. Straight down, there's one block, goes right down to North Newark. And anybody that knows...
over there. Yeah, they broke.
Oh, yeah, they're cowards. They are...
No gangster shit. The
the North Newark gangsters? The ones that used to park in the middle of Glenville Avenue?
One at a time, guys. Let Darrex, let you talk first. One at a time, please. One at a time. Come on.
No, I'm checking his pedigree right quick.
Okay, go ahead.
So you're saying
I'm from 2020 Briggs Ave on the corner of East Kingsbridge Road. You can
I don't
check
understand.
my pedigree all you want.
I don't understand nigger babble.
I'm not a wigger. I'm not a wigger. Darrex, I'm not a wigger. I'm Irish
I said
American.
nigger.
I'm from New York City.
But okay. Let's reset. Okay, what gangsters or Italian or basically those are the main ones. Which ones did you grow up around?
Ronnie One Arm was the captain of my neighborhood. His name was Ronnie One Arm. If you want to look him up, you can look him up.
What's the name of the family?
What family you think? What family do you think?
I'm asking you the questions.
The Gambinos. The Gambinos.
Really?
Ronnie One Arm ran my neighborhood. We all worked for Ronnie One Arm when we were younger. That's the
and you're talking
of my
like
neighborhood.
That. So wait a minute. So you're telling me you was around real gangsters and you're on the line.
Real gangsters.
Screaming out a name. Think about it for a second.
Say the name. What are you on about? You just asked me that this is public knowledge. You just asked me to say the name.
Okay.
He ran my neighborhood. Everybody.
Okay, Darrex, hold on a second. Darrex, hold on, Darrex. Okay, Rory, you have the floor.
I'm just checking his pedigree real quick.
You spoke. Let Rory respond. You spoke. Let Rory speak now.
Okay. Go ahead. You don't have to scream, bro. We're having a civil conversation right now.
Let him speak. Let him speak.
Okay, we have a civil conversation. You came on here. You tried to play me. It didn't work for you. You know what I mean? I don't know what your issue is with me. But yeah, Ronnie's doing life, man. Real gangster doing life. And he ran my neighborhood. That's who I worked for. That's who Frankie worked for. Frankie was my OG. We all worked for Ronnie One Arm. You know, and you come up here and you tell tall tales about being some rich retired electrician or some shit like that. Like, nobody would let your drunk ass be working with wires in the building. Ain't nobody gonna let your drunk ass be doing electrician work in the building, man. That
Bro, I'm working at PVS.
Darrex, let Rory speak. Darrex, let Rory speak. You had the floor.
Okay, go ahead.
The only reason you got into the union is because of affirmative action, man. You know, and everybody knows. Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah. And everybody knows that they need a designated coffee boy on the crew to get the coffee every day. So come on, Darrex, keep it real. You wasn't doing nothing, man. You wasn't fixing no buildings. You wasn't wiring nothing. Ain't nobody gonna trust you to wire no buildings. 4 months later, that shit'll burn up. Your drunk ass. Get the fuck out of here, man. You come on the side trying to diss me, trying to question me. What the fuck you talking about? You from the suburbs of Jersey.
Yeah,
and you don't even date black women.
I married one. But go ahead.
You didn't marry one. You said you married a Puerto Rican girl, right?
No. That was the love of my life. But no, I married a Jamaican. But go ahead. Keep going.
Here you go.
I thought you married a Haitian.
Hold
on. Darrex, I thought you married a Haitian.
You know I didn't marry a Haitian, bro. I said my kids are half coon. They're half Jamaicans.
Okay, all right.
But go ahead. I'll let Rory. Let me know when you're done.
Go ahead.
No, I'm done. Go ahead. Whatever. Say what you want to say. You wanted to talk to me. I didn't call in to talk to you. You asked me questions. I told you the questions. What else you want to know?
Well, I want to know how old are
I
you?
wear size 10.5. I wear size 10.5.
Wait, speak English. Speak English. It's not that Ebonics.
I'm well endowed. What you want
No,
to know,
speak
man?
English. Can you just speak English?
Let him talk. Come on, one at a time. One at a time. Jesus.
I just asked you your age. You said we're the West Side, well endowed. I mean, yo, I'm 53. How old are you?
I'm gonna be 46.
You're 46 and still talking like that?
I'm gonna be 46 in December.
Holy shit. Okay.
You 52 and you sound like you
I'm
got
53. 53.
Man. You 53.
I'm 53.
53 and you
Okay.
and you pass,
Are you ready to
pass
listen?
out 4 times a day.
Are you
Come
ready
on,
to
man.
listen?
I'm listening.
Okay. First of all, my license number is NJ15358.
Don't say your license on the goddamn
No,
show.
hold on. That's my electrical license number. That's been good since 2004. That's the first thing. I've been union electrician since 1991. Okay? I presently work at PVSC, Homeland Security. I'm putting in solar panels. That's what I'm doing right now. That's the job I'm doing right now. I said I'm semi-retired.
Don't nobody believe that.
You can look it up. You can go right online. You can see my address, the whole...
CaspersAcademy.com. Please check out my sponsor, CaspersAcademy.com.
Hold on. Wait. Start. I'm having a civil conversation with this dude real quick.
Go ahead.
Work on Transformers. That's what you do.
Hey, Star, can I speak?
That's bullshit.
Can I speak?
Okay, can we let Derek speak? The show is let Derek speak. The show's going somewhere else. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Walk around with a badge now.
Rory, let him speak. So I can wrap this up, please. Let him speak.
I'm not even going to ask you your nationality because I know you ain't one of us.
He's Irish.
So,
he's Irish.
Damn right.
Oh, great. Okay, no problem.
Damn right.
All right, so check it out.
Black Irish.
Don't disrespect my people with that, okay?
Who your people?
But now,
who your people?
We're foundational Black Americans. There ain't no such thing as a Black Irish. All right, there's Wiggers.
So you
and
don't
there's
know your history. You don't know your history.
No, hold on. Okay, let's not divert back.
Guys,
let's go back to
guys. Hold on. I got to get back to the show. Derek's, I thank you for. No, I got to get back to the show.
He's talking about being a gangster.
I got to get back to the show. I
want to confirm the gangster shit.
All right, hurry up.
Because you don't know
Florida Boy Jay, are you calling back in? What's going on? Florida Boy Jay's texting me. What's cracking?
No.
Hey, Rory,
Derek,
do you want to continue the conversation or not?
That's where we ship our garbage.
Finish up, Derek,
Only thing we know about Jersey is that's where we ship our garbage.
You're 46 years old, and you can't even speak English. You're speaking not even Ebonics. Right. And then you're putting out people's names.
Guys,
you don't know nothing what the fuck.
Guys, I got to go. Come on, I want to get back to the show here. We were having a good discussion.
It's out of my mouth.
Rory, he's gone. What? He's gone. Anything else you want to mention or address with regards to the topic?
No, I wasn't expecting you to put me on with your drunk cousin, but it's all good. No, it's cool. I mean, I wouldn't live in any building he worked on. That shit liable to blow up or burn down, his drunk ass. You know what I mean? I'm not playing. Wherever he comes from, whatever town he comes from, they need to check the building codes over there if that cat's working on it. That's ridiculous, man. Right. You know, but every crew got to have a coffee guy, you know, so I'm sure Darren was the token black guy that used to get the coffee and with the smiles every day, you know, with a lot of jokes. But yeah, the brothers with the silk perm, press perm, I don't know what's going on with that. I seen one the other day. He was with a really hot white girl, and he had a leather skirt on.
Okay.
And his girl was like an 8 or a 9.
Rory, I gotta take other calls, man. I thank you for approaching the Keefe D Puff Daddy topic. That I want to stay focused, man. Thank you, Rory.
Yeah, New York City over the West Coast all day, man. Tupac wasn't all that.
Thank you, Rory. Thank you. Okay. All right. Let's get back on topic here. This is the Star Report, folks, if you're new to the show, okay? From time to time, I let people speak if they have some type of grievance to work out. Okay, I don't let people just attack other people if they call in. If two people are on the line or they want to get on the line, I'll let them chop it up, okay? All right. Again, in my community section, there is audio of Keefe D claiming that Puffy offered $1 million to Crips to smoke Tupac and Suge Knight. I recommend that you at least give it a listen. Formulate your own opinion, okay? Big Ikea, I got your donation. Thank you so much. He says, peace, big nigga. Yeah, Puff went to Mount St. Michael's. That's the same school he came to donate a check. And after he left, he called the bank to cancel it. LOL. Are you serious? Teachers went to school with him and heard of. Is that alleged? Are you serious? Okay, somebody sent me something about, okay, that has nothing to do with my topic, but thank you. Rico got your donation. You'll star Mad Crips in Mount Vernon. Okay. G. Yarborough got your donation. Thank you so much. Sheldon, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Hennessy, are you calling in? Y'all asking if Suge... Hennessy, what's your area code? Is it 713? Are you calling in? Hold on. We might as well let Houston just go crazy, huh? Are you calling in? If so, what area code? I think it's 713, isn't it? Terrence, I got your donation. Thank you. This audio is vital, I think, with regards to the matter before us, of Keefe D. Hey, Lisa, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Lisa says Diddy had a lot to lose if Biggie and Tupac had collaborated to start their own record label. That's a good point. That's a very good point. An agent of chaos, maybe? Sharon, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Sharon, I'm really enjoying being back home in New Jersey. I haven't had this much peace in 5 years, maybe. I had a great time in the Atlanta metro area. I was living in Woodstock, to be precise. And I did a lot. I did so much. But I was glad to get out of there. I don't miss it. I do not miss Georgia. I do not, but thank you for your donation. Guys, I want to make mention again in my community section, there is a first of a few videos to come of yours truly, an artificial intelligence likeness, okay? And please take notice in the videos to troyterrain.org, okay? And also shot97.com, all right? I'm asking you to, check out those links when you get time. People always, ask me about my history, my past, troyterrain.org, okay? Thank you for your support. Thank you, Rory, for your donation. Thank you, Janet, for calling in. Hold on a second. Janet just sent me, what is this? Breaking news. Janet sent me some breaking news. Okay. I can't say that I'm really interested in that right now. Janet, but thank you. Thank you so much, Janet. Janet does great research. Oh, wow. Big Eye Key says, nah, I'm dead serious. LOL. 3 teachers in high school confirmed it. Puffy gave a check to his old school, Mount St. Michael's, and then canceled the check? I don't know what to say about that. Let's go to area code 313. Good evening. 313, have you heard the audio? Keefe D snitching on Diddy. 313.
Yes, I have, sir.
How are you? Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening. Yes, I have heard that.
What are your thoughts?
I think it's real. I think it's legitimate. I want to go back to the guy that was just on the line, man. I think he give Puff a lot more credit than what he deserved.
Okay.
As far as mapping that whole thing out, man. I mean, to know the story, I mean,
Sir, can you turn that computer or laptop down in the background? It's echoing, please. We want to hear what you're saying. Can you make the adjustments?
Oh, can you hear me now?
No, sir. It's echoing. Can you fix it? Sounds a little better. A little better. Yes, sir. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. He hung up. Okay. I didn't cut him off. He hung up. $586. You're up next. Are you there? 586. Good evening. Good evening.
Yo, Star, what's going on, man?
Yes, sir.
Hey,
how are you?
We gotta talk about it, man. We got Jimmy Butler.
Let's talk about it.
We got Jimmy Butler, man. What's going on with these guys, man? You know, what's going on with these guys? You know.
Well, sir, I want to stay focused tonight on the audio. Did you hear Keefe D? The audio's been out for years. I mean, it's picking up traction again. But did you hear the audio? Never mind Jimmy Butler. I don't give a fuck about him, to be honest with you.
Well, all right, okay. Well, fuck, mother.
Sir, can you watch the F-bomb? I'm giving you time to talk. Come on, watch the F-bomb.
I got you. Now, this seems like some type of smokescreen type of masquerade kind of thing that's going on right now. Because
okay.
How did the feds not know that this guy was involved or this guy was responsible for the murder of Tupac? Why are they acting like that they just found this information out?
I don't think they're acting like they just found out. I think that they've known all along. I mean, if assuming that you are assuming that you are someone in the know, the feds move at a different pace from the police, and they can utilize someone when they need you. Yes.
So true, but why not?
Tell us.
Well, I mean,
Hello? Are you there? I didn't hang up, sir. 586. Good evening. Can you hear me? 586.
Yes, hello.
Can you make the adjustments? Tell us why. Why now?
Yeah.
Tell us why now.
Well, I mean, it just seems like some more nigga nonsense, some more nigga babble for niggas to consume and eat up and for niggas to talk about.
Okay.
There's got to be something more important going on in the world right now.
Okay.
And
a diversion.
This just seems...
Donald Trump's civil trial in New York City. I don't know.
This is some
people crossing the border.
This is some kind of
I don't know.
Some kind of psychological operation. Some kind of psychological operation that's going on right now.
Break it down.
Because it doesn't make any sense to just
break it down.
It doesn't make any sense to just dig this shit up out the blue.
Okay.
But this is like I said, I think this is just something for Negroes to latch on to, and for niggas to discuss in the barbershops and while rolling up a blunt, and on their way to get the new J's. This is just some type
of... sir, we're always gonna need niggas and buffoonery. Let's not get it twisted. We're
yeah. I mean, it's just some sensationalized nigga shit. It's like they can move.
Never mind former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. Never mind that. Let's get back to the nigga shit.
No, yeah. And never mind BRICS, and never mind NATO pushing all up on Russia. And all that.
No one cares.
That's irrelevant.
No one cares. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? We got this old Tupac shit, and this old nigga who looks like he's about to collapse in front of us.
Never mind the invasion of Taiwan. Never mind that. Let's get back to nigga shit.
You got these old bastards, these old motherfuckers who never grew up.
Right.
You know, wearing fitted hats and things like that. These guys never put on the suit.
Right.
They're still talking this old gang goofy shit.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? These guys never cleaned up.
Yep.
You know.
Never mind missing submarines and the collapse of the U.S. dollar. Never mind that. Keefe D.
Never mind that. Never mind a possible second pandemic worse than the first one. Never mind that shit. You know what I'm saying? Never mind that. This is what's important. You know. Yeah. So, you know. But
Thank you. You said it all.
Yeah, as far as
you said it all.
Yeah, I think so. I think I did.
I appreciate the call, sir. Thank you.
Fuck Jimmy.
Okay, thank you. Whew. Never mind the National Guard in New York City. Never mind the savages, the animals in Chicago. I'm going to say it again, folks. They need to drop napalm on Chicago. What a disgrace that place is, okay? Daddy Fat Sacks, I got your donation. Where are you, sir? Are you on the line? Sit tight if that's you. Daddy Fat Sacks, you're up next. Sit tight. I appreciate you folks supporting the machine. Okay, Houston says, give me 15 minutes. Okay, changing my phone. He spells phone, F-O-N-E. Okay. Everybody sit tight. Houston's going to call in. Okay. Oh, wait a minute now. Hang on a second. Here's a female. I'm not going to mention your name, young lady. No. You're doing too much. But hold on a second. Area code 305. You there. Good evening. 305. You've been on hold?
Yo.
Yes, sir. How are you? Thank you for your support.
I'm all right. Hey, if we gonna talk about people getting indicted, Snoop got to get indicted too. If Diddy put the hit for all Crips, the murder Pac, that means Snoop got to get it too. So I'm pretty sure he got a win of it and didn't want Pac. You know what I'm saying?
Well, now Snoop may be going down with regards to Cesar Pina and DJ Envy. Did you know that Snoop started a company with Cesar Pina?
Yeah, I heard of that. I heard of that. Yeah, Snoop got to get it too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, he praising like you remember him and Puff Daddy after Pac died. They did a Steve Harvey show talking about peace. Like they was in cahoots.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Snoop can't be trusted either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he knew the hit was coming and ain't want Pac. That's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we can't excuse Snoop. And as for Keefe D with the $1 million, yeah, he I feel like he not lying. I feel like the only way they're gonna get to the bottom of it, the government gotta the feds gotta trace zip old account and see if he really actually had that $1 million check, and that's the only way they're gonna get the
Sir, it was more than likely cash. Diddy ain't giving nobody no goddamn cashier's check to then turn around and then extort him. He probably gave him $300,000 up front. Here, get the job done. Get the job done.
Well,
you know I got the rest.
So
get the fucking job done.
Hey, so I got a question. I wonder if they indicted Gene Deere too, since he claiming he on YouTube and podcast saying he witnessed the check. So why he ain't get his serving papers?
No, I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
You get what I'm saying? You bold and bragging about, yeah, you seen the $1 million check. You claiming Diddy gave it to him to start a record label and all that, and no record.
Well, now, hang on a second, sir. Big Gene Deal is not here to defend himself. I urge you to check out his channel. He's an honorable man, so I can't necessarily.
Yeah.
I can't agree with what you're saying, sir. But now let's go back here.
All right, I got you. And then
you heard the audio, yes? You heard Keefe D talking to police.
Yes, I've been heard it, man. Hey, I've been knowing this since soon as Pac died. I ain't gonna lie. I even man, it was an old audio. It got deleted. It was an audio of Orlando Anderson, and I ain't gonna lie, I think Suge in it too, because at the end of the day, they said it was confirmed allegedly. I said allegedly for you, but man, it was confirmed when they went to shooting. Pac, Suge used Pac as a shield. Like, that's the only reason why Pac died. Like, when Pac was really trying to move, Suge got scared and he held him. You know what I'm saying? So, man, it goes deeper than rap. And then as for Rory, whatever his name is.
So Rory's not on the line to go back and forth with you, so I don't want to make this about Roy.
As far as Diddy, if Diddy was a gangster, and it's all even G, everybody said it when Puff Daddy seen Pac and Suge when they came, he ran and he hid under a bus. So where you a gangster at? And then when Suge got on the stage and said, you know, like the people all in the video, why Diddy ain't start a riot then? Why New York ain't?
This nigga's grooving. Pay attention.
Suge.
Come on.
Yeah. Yeah. Why you ain't attack Suge if you outnumber him and we in your city? And then when you got the Soul Train Award, you had Don Cornelius stop Death Row from coming in the building because they was coming for Bad Boy.
Right.
So like Pac said, I see them, they run. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, and if Pac was...
What about when Andre 3000 was on the stage and said the South got something to say? What about that?
Yeah, you feel me? So why Bad Boy in New York ain't march on stage? Why when Pac see Nas, why Pac rush Nas at the damn thing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why Pac rushed him if Pac was a buster?
Yeah.
And
what about when Gangsta Boo said where them dollars at? What about that?
Yeah. Hey, why when Trex came to LA, how the hell Pac helped him had a fight at the damn movie store, at the comedy store? And then why when Inspector Deck got his chain snatched in 662, how Tupac went and got it back for him?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Y'all don't break the man morals, man. Fool was a gangster. Like, he wasn't he was just he was just 100.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
What about when B-Rock in the biz said, who that is? That's just my baby daddy. What about that?
Hey, you stupid. Hey, you stupid. Stop. hey, also, right?
Come on.
Hey, you crazy. Hey, if Pac wasn't on that, how many black rappers you know done jumped in, two white boys beating up a black dude and a black nigga intervened.
Yeah.
Come on, man, you don't get that, man. Man, they gotta put.
What about when Quad City DJ said, "Come on, ride this train and ride it"? What about that?
Hey, now you in Miami, so what about that? Huh? Ride the train for real, man. Y'all gotta put some respect on Pac, man. But Keefe D. Gonna let all the cat out of. Hey, I'm pretty sure that 16-year-old.
Okay.
Hey, you done gave up.
Shit.
You done snitched on everybody. I know you down to snitch on Puff Daddy, and I feel like Gene Deal, they might as well just come along, come out the closet.
Okay. All right, sir, listen, I gotta take a break. I gotta go get some ice. I appreciate you, man. I fuck with you heavy. Call back and let's get that donation in again. All right. Salute.
I got you. Hey,
yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I gotta take a break. Hold on a second, goddamn. Star Report back in the building. Okay, Tuesday evening, late night, extended show. Folks, on the screen, hold on a second, my email address. Pow, there it is, thehater1964yahoo.com. For all business matters, if you want to become a sponsor, I do custom live reads. We do pin links at the top of the comments, at the end of the rebroadcast. We place banners at the end of the live streams. We do other things as well, okay? Also, in the community section, you will see a link to the analytics for the show. Very, very important. You can download that PDF file. It is a current media deck, okay, in the community section. Okay, hold on a second. Let me get to some of your donations. Thank you so much. Hey, Lisa, thank you again. That's a very good comment. Diddy had a lot to lose if Biggie and Tupac had collaborated to start their own record label. Yeah, black men uniting. Dangerous. Diddy's a visionary. Did he see that and say, I got to stop this shit before these niggas smarten up? Derek, I got your donation. Derek says, thanks, Rory. Black/Irish. Okay, he's talking crazy. Thank you, Derek. Thank you, Derek. Okay. Hang on a second. Okay. I'm seeing a breaking news about some type of active shooter. Okay. We've got to focus on something else tonight, but thank you. We got to focus on the real, and the real is Keefe D, the audio. It's in my community section. All right. Varnell, I got your donation. Thank you so much for tapping in via PayPal. PayPal link is at the top of the live chat. Ken, I got your donation. Ken, just relax, man. I mean, I like to change the show up from time to time. I get sponsors, advertisers. I like to, give things a break from time to time and then come back. The show has to stay fresh, Ken, but thank you for your concern. Send an email. I can send you information that's, with regards to what you're looking for. If you need any type of leads, reach out to us, okay? Thank you so much. Let's go to area code 225. Extended show Tuesday evening. Are you there? 225.
How you doing there, Star?
I'm doing, sir. How about yourself? It's cracking.
Oh man, just been listening at you. We from the old school, baby. I'm 50.
Okay.
So one thing, it's just a matter of not if, it's when.
Okay.
Because they've completely remixed rap now. It's not a bad thing no more, and everybody want to tell. But guess what? If you got $250,000 and a pair of handcuffs, most of the cats gonna go for that $250,000. They'll tell on everybody. They'll tell on Jesus before God get the news.
That's a fact. Mm-hmm.
And with the kilt, come on, bro. Well, we already know what's going on with that industry thing. It's sideways. It's doing a lot of things. They need to come on down to the South a little more and get a little bit of this. Get that 1 week pimp class where they can go up there and really exercise some of this foolishness. But as far as with Keefe D from our generation, bro, he too old to know, bro, that what you running your mouth for if you into it, dog? That makes no sense. It's retarded. Come on, think about it. There's no statute of limitations. You can't lay around there. It just don't go away. But he's on making all these videos. His Vlad's over there right now, probably one of the highest ranked videos he ever had. Mm-hmm. This clown gets up there and just incriminates himself. How you do that?
Can I respond?
It makes no sense.
Can I respond?
Yes, sir.
Okay. A lot of the guys from our generation, they didn't really have any type of business training. I can't, condemn people, man, who, couldn't see or couldn't foresee the future and, didn't take advantage of things. You said you're how old again? How old are you?
50.
Okay, you know my age. Our generation had to deal with cocaine. That was the drug of choice. Man, we lost friends, family, associates, a dirty, high-fueled drug. Yes, it's not like today. These the younger people today, they smoke weed. Some of them, popping perks, whether it's synthetic weed, what have you, Flocka. Coke was a dirty drug, man, and it motivated people to do a lot of stupid shit. Heroin was also a vicious drug, but the Coke prevented people from gaining their composure. They lost their wits. And so I can't knock Keefe D for not planning for the future. However, he is a certified rat, So are we supposed to feel sorry for him? I don't. But he's telling. So we have the audio to deal with. Let's focus on that audio. What are your thoughts? Do you think Diddy, might be pursued by the feds? Do you think we should just move on and the resolution with the killing of Tupac is enough? Let's focus on that.
Well, you know one thing, they always want the biggest fish in the barrel. Keefe D's a minion. He's a peon. He's nothing. But if they can snatch $100 million nigga off the street, they will. Mm-hmm. Because they don't want him. The $1 million stories was got it all blowed up. You know what I'm saying? I saw this happened, that happened. We didn't get our money, this, that. Trust me. It's going to be, like I said, it's not if, it's when. And it won't be long. I promise you, there's going to be a lot of shoes to fall in the next 6 months.
Okay.
A whole bunch of them. And a lot of people are going to be, I didn't know that. Just like they say, the cops were dirty. You got the dirty cops, you got the gangbangers, you got the record labels, which most of them that people don't realize, they made more money off him dead than he was alive.
Right.
Both ways. So, you have a lot of, it's just going to be a lot of people, because once they get their hands on the right one that has all the info, because, most of everybody else is already dead. Mm-hmm. He was the last man standing, but, he was the only one that if he could make that connection to Diddy, that was the only last one. He was in the car. He already admitted to everything, proffer agreements, secret recordings, all this. It's crazy.
Right.
And you got, and like I said, it's about as silly as Putin in church. It makes no sense, He didn't think it through, but like you said, hindsight is now what? 2020,
Right.
You look back and you see this, and then you think, well, damn. But then they started clout chasing. They're on all these interview channels doing this here, this, retired police, the gangsters, everybody. Doing too much talking, bro. You could really go away forever.
Hang on a second. I want to respond to what you just said about, or however you phrased it, pardon me. So Keefe D did not plan for the future. Let's assume Zip did get some money from Diddy. We don't know. Let's just assume. And Keefe D had no means to survive in his older age. He's got cancer. He doesn't have a 401k, doesn't have a pension. All he has is interviews to tell his story and to try and get a couple of dollars here and there. That's his life. That's his life. But now, do we discredit what he's saying, or do you find truth in what he's saying? I think that's the magic question.
Well, he was under agreement that he had immunity, obviously. And he just kept going and going.
The proffer agreement does not give you immunity. Maybe he foolishly thought that, but combined with the fact that this was his way to sustain, telling his story.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Yeah. Without a doubt, because I'm pretty more than sure he was making a decent living off interviews. I'm pretty more than sure.
Nigger pennies.
Yeah, he was, but to him, it was a lot of money, I know, $10 grand. A lot of people say 10. That's a lot of money. No, it's not. But, you can't tell everybody. If you never had money, you never know, And they running around doing all the interviews. And then before you know it, something said that's what not supposed to be said. Next thing you know, you're in jail or you're in court. It's just that simple.
Did Keefe D have a coke habit, sir? Coke habit.
I would probably say he did. Because he looked kind of, most time you see him, sometimes he's slow, most times he's animated as hell.
You said you're from my generation. I'm 59, you're 50, you said?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The old coke users, depending on, whether they were sniffing, good coke or trash coke, if the walls of their noses have collapsed, then you hear some type of gargling sound when they talk. They constantly sound congested. He sounds like that to me. He sounds like he had a coke habit. I don't know for certain. And from time to time, he probably still dabbles. So the money that he got from his interviews, he may have, got a little turned up, tried to relive the older days and run through that money. When you get older, your equilibrium it's a very delicate thing combined with your arteries, your cholesterol, shit like that, you know. Go ahead.
And we both know that the quality of cocaine from back when we were in the 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, all the way up to like 90. The quality then compared to now, it ain't even close. Not even close. You know,
I don't know what they sniff now, sir, and I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
It's not, but it's not. But just on the quality level, we were getting it straight from the source. Then now it's got to pass 2-3 hands when you hit the United States. It's crazy. But
can you tell us about the coke now from experience?
Yeah.
Keep it real.
Nah. This is I remember I went down on a kingpin charge. Remember I told you about when Janice was on about the down here in Louisiana.
I think I remember you. You spent
juveniles locked up in Angola.
How much time did you spend in the penitentiary? I think I remember you.
Yeah, I did 13 years.
Gotcha. Okay.
Did 13 and came back.
When's
out.
the last time you did some booger sugar? Keep it real.
Brownsville, Texas, 6,000 a block.
What year was that?
That's this year.
This year?
Yeah, you got to go to the border to get it. I tell you that.
This year? You said this year?
Yeah, shit. Brownsville is right there. You can spit on Mexico.
Sir, you're playing a dangerous game at your age with cocaine.
Oh, trust me, you're going to take a hell of a chance to go down there and get anything and come back with it. You're really rolling the dice like a mother. You're rolling the dice. And just
is that for personal use, or are you trying to distribute?
Oh, if you're going to go that far, you got to be a distributor, brother. You can't go down that personal use shit. You might well buy that local. Yeah, you got to go. You got to go down. If you're going to go that far, you got to be going for.
Sir, I think you need to stop telling on yourself. You did 13 years in Angola. Stop. Get off the line.
No, I ain't doing no Angola. I was in federal. I did
okay.
Federal and
I think you should get off the line and stop telling on yourself. Sir. Stop telling on yourself. Have a good night. Thank you. Let's get him out of here. Let me save him from himself. I don't know, nor do I want to know the fuck no coke feels like in 2023 going into 2024. Fuck out of here. E-Night got your donation. Mark my words, the dungeon parties Diddy be having. Someone has to, what is this? Someone has to have footage. A video leak soon. Come the universe will find a way. Sir, let me tell you something. If somebody tries to put out some footage, there will be a $10,000 bag on their fucking head. Play stupid if you want to, but thank you for your donation. Jesse got your donation. Your favorite Indian, Nigerian. Thank you for your donation, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys for tapping in. I want to finish up here on this particular topic. We're coming up on the 3-hour mark, okay? Let me see if Houston's on the line. So maybe we'll end the show with my nigga Houston 713. Big nigga.
My nigga. You already know, man. What about, man, y'all got that song out there called Whoa. Yeah, we like that. We respect that. But down here, man, we talking about that. Man, all your makers say I done took a pint to the headlight, coming down, got a post there, purple Sprite. Man, already, R.I.P. to Big Mo, my nigga. What's poppin'?
Good to hear from you, Houston.
What about that?
What's crack? What about that?
What about that, my nigga? Yeah, what about that, nigga? Them niggas didn't give a fuck about that goddamn man song. Nigga, we talking about that man. We talking about whoa. We talking about man.
Houston, I gotta focus on that audio. Did you hear Keefe D talking and telling Greg Kading with regards to Diddy on multiple occasions offering $1 million for the execution of Suge Knight and Tupac? Did you hear the audio?
Man, I heard that years ago. I'm like, damn. Yeah. That was the case right there. He gave everybody a book deal, movie deal, everything. He laid it out.
Yeah.
Of course, that old nigga gonna want his get back. He's gonna want his back in. Yeah. He's like, man, I gave y'all everything. Y'all making money off of doing interviews, DVDs and shit.
goddamn, I can't get nothing off this. And he's looking at Puffy like, I didn't knew that he talking about that with Puffy because
break me off or I'm telling.
That,
break me off or I'm telling.
Yeah, he worked it, man. Him, Gene, and I think, like, man, I'm telling you, it's going to be a real East Coast, West Coast, because this is what I think. That done open up a whole can of worms with niggas on the street in L.A. and PD that was street and police. And then on the East Coast, it's going to be the same way, niggas on the street and police over there. It's going to be a real East Coast, West Coast war. It's going to be PD against PD, street niggas against street niggas. It's going to go wild.
Yeah.
Because everybody going, everything connected.
Lisa, hold on. You're going to be my last caller, Lisa. Lisa, sit tight. Houston, so with regards to where we are now with Keefe D being locked up, your thoughts? Do you think he is going to try to get out of this and use what he has already said about Diddy to get some type of leniency? He's not going to get he's not going to get out of this, but leniency. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, that nigga already, he got him, man, him and Suge already got something lined up. Man, that nigga got a pure hatred for Diddy, too. All these years, that nigga been telling Diddy, man, you need to pay what you owe. That nigga been mad at Diddy since he let him use his Impala, and they scratched up the hood. You remember that? When he was talking about they used his brown Impala with the Coca-Cola brown on it. He said they scratched up his hood and they were dancing on it and shit. He made them pay for it. He been tight about that shit since then, dog.
That's some real nigga shit. That's some real nigga shit.
Yeah, dog, that nigga ain't shit, but then they were wondering, like I said, they wondering if Suge gonna tell. Man, the question is, when is the book tour and when is the movie coming out? When is the series coming out? And does 50 own any rights to that? That's the question, because Suge done already told. He just ain't said nothing yet. He already got it lined up. He done sold everything, but Suge back there probably gonna sell all his memorabilia from prison, dog. That nigga finna whore it out. You talking about a media whore. Wait till Suge get out. Gonna be like the candy man out here, dog.
Good point.
If niggas gonna act like they done seen death. For real. Snoop gonna start back talking about, I don't own Death Row. Oh, man, it's gonna be, they gonna let Suge out like Hannibal Lecter, dog. You gonna roll that big nigga out, man. That nigga ain't gonna have no limp, no nothing. That nigga eyesight gonna be on point, man. He see all these niggas, dog. What? And then Snoop over there clacking. He holding on to Martha Stewart heavy now. You like, man, that ain't gonna save you.
Martha Stewart's almost out of here. She's almost out of here. Hey, Houston.
Hey, dog.
But before I forget, you're supposed to get me a revised banner. Come on, man.
Yeah, dog, man. Dog, since the last time I talked to you, man, I had to take an old nigga cleanse, man. I had to cleanse out and rest.
Okay, so spare me the details. But please, get me the updated banner. I got to take one more call, Houston, and I'm out of here, man. I got to get up early. Great to talk to you, man.
All right, man. Best salute.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Houston tapping in. Let me get Lisa on the line because she's been very patient and she did spend money. Lisa, you're my last call.
How are you?
Hey. Can you hear me? Can you turn that down in the background, please? Turn that down.
Oh, one second. I couldn't even tell because I was listening to like.
Okay, turn that down, baby. Please, I'm trying to work with you.
I said what I said. At the end of the day, what I am trying to say is that I don't think this case is really hard to figure out.
Okay.
There's two CEOs that had a lot to lose. Okay. You kind of understand what I'm saying?
I hear you.
They both had a lot to lose. So my thing is that one got grazed in the head and one just went on like a dull and sparkling life. I'm sorry, sir. I don't believe all this stuff with all these distractions and this, that, and the other. I'm not saying that Keefe D didn't have anything to do with anything. I do believe he did. What I am saying is that I do believe that the two CEOs is involved. Because you cannot tell me that you pump like this many things, I'm going to call them things, and Tupac and the other one. Why is your CEO driving?
Okay.
Where's your driver?
Lisa, are you there? Lisa?
I'm here.
Okay. Are you the Lisa that sent in donations, or are you a different Lisa?
Yeah, I am. I did send a donation. I did question the fact. I said when they getting ready to lose their best artists.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying?
Lisa, with all due respect, I appreciate your support, but I don't know what you're talking about, baby. Can you clarify?
So in other words,
I'm lost.
So in other words, what I'm trying to say when I sent in, what I said was that these people, these CEOs and stuff, they're not looking to lose their best talent. They're not looking to lose their best talent. I believe both of them was one was Bad Boy's best talent, the other one was Death Row's best talent. And for me, and this is just how
Can you give us the names of the CEOs? Help us out here. What CEOs you talking about?
You do know who I'm talking about.
Lisa, can you give us the names, please? Come on, please.
I said the Death Row was Suge Knight, and the other one was Puffy.
Okay.
So when I look at
correction officers, you said COs, correction officers,
CEOs or
CEOs,
whatever they are.
Okay.
So if okay, let's just say that
that's that powder, folks. Give her a second. That's that powder. Come on, baby. Come on, girl.
Hypothetically speaking, if the two artists are feeling like, you know what I'm saying, I'm making all this money for them.
Right.
And we could get together and we could do something. That's a problem. Because that means
Lisa, I appreciate your donation. I have to ask you a question with all due respect. How old are you, Sugar? You sound like a knowledgeable woman. How old are you?
58.
Okay. I love you for listening, girl.
All I'm simply trying to say is that I think that I don't
Lisa, you did great. Fuck them niggas. I thank you. I love you for listening. Gotta go, baby. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa. Folks, the show went off the rails, but we started out great. Didn't we, troll babies? We started out great. Lisa, thank you, Lisa. I got to get my ass into bed, get up early. Make sure my squirrels and my birds are okay.